You have a father who is the richest man in the capital, yet you spend every day living in a dump with your girlfriend, rushing to the supermarket on time to scavenge for discounted leftovers. But just when you were ready to reveal your identity and propose to her, she wears the wedding dress you spent a fortune on, to attend a concert for some top-tier celebrity. A single, "I married my youth," was enough to make you lose all hope. Heartbroken, you immediately broke up with her, yet she spent the whole night writing a 10,000-word essay branding you a deadbeat. Facing the overwhelming wave of public abuse, you just calmly picked up the phone and called home. The next day, your true identity. Say something. The next day, your true identity. Say something. Say something. It hit every major headline. Say something. Say something. At this moment, you just broke up with Lu Ruyan, your girlfriend of 5 years. Not only did Lu Ruyan not try to keep you, she even berated you for being a lazy, good-for-nothing loser. Hearing this, you just calmly walked out of the concert venue, letting the rain wash over your face. I guess that is the end of the road, right? It is time for me to return to my own life. These words are meant for my current self, and also for the person I used to be. With that thought, you pulled out your phone and dialed the number saved as Dad. Soon, a booming male voice came from the other end. "You brat, you never call me unless you are in trouble. Tell me, what is it this time? Did your girlfriend dump you again? You know your old man's temper all too well. If I told him the truth, it would definitely cause a massive scandal." You decided to just get straight to the point. "Nothing much, Dad. Isn't school starting in a few days? I am planning to move back for a few days." "Fine, I will have your cousin pick you up then." After saying that, he hung up the phone immediately, leaving you standing there in the wind, completely bewildered. "I have so many cousins. How the hell am I supposed to know which one?" With no other choice, you had to hail a taxi, heading to the nearest 5-star hotel. "It is a good thing I still have millions in my account. Otherwise, I really would not know what to do." However, as soon as you arrived at the Lin Group International Hotel, you caused a stir. All because you casually pulled out a Black Gold membership card. The requirements for a Black Gold membership are not just about money, but power. This level of status is not something you apply for. It is issued personally by the hotel, used to connect with political elites. At this moment, the hotel manager stood to the side, trembling and biting his lip, terrified that even the slightest sound might disturb the mood of this young master before him. He has been a manager here for 2.5 years, and has only ever served 2 Black Gold members. One was the city's mayor, the other was the former richest man in the Dragon Kingdom. When he saw you, his first reaction was how young you were. But he is still a seasoned veteran, having spent over a decade in high-end establishments. After weighing his options, he checked the user info on your black card. It was a good thing he checked, because one look nearly made him drop dead on the spot. As a mid-level manager at the Lin Group International Hotel, he knew this name all too well. The ultimate owner behind their hotel, the current head of the Beijing Lin Group, the old Mr. Lin. Is not that this young master's maternal grandfather, the princess of the Lin Group, and the sole heir to the Lin financial empire? Is not that his own mother? Not to mention the terrifying network of your father's family. And rumor has it that this hotel was built specifically for this young master. This alone was enough to make a small manager like him tremble with fear. The #1 young master of the capital, a presence that would make the entire empire shake with a single sneeze. If he did not serve you well, there is an 80% chance he would end up in a body bag tomorrow. Just as you arrived here, you were arranged to stay in the presidential suite on the 9th floor. You raised your glass with a look of indifference, while 2 maids in uniform stood behind you. The twin girls, just as stunning as Lu Ruyan, were busy attending to me. One was massaging my legs, the other my shoulders. Suddenly, the look of pure bliss on your face froze. You lifted your head and spat the wine right into the trash can. The 2 girls in charge of me were terrified by the scene. They thought their technique was off and had displeased me. Before we came in, the manager gave them strict warnings that the person they were serving was someone of terrifying status. If they failed to provide perfect service, they might end up as fish food by tomorrow. At that thought, both girls' eyes welled up with tears almost instantly. They started bowing and apologizing incessantly. "I am so sorry, young master. It is our fault for not serving you well. Please, do not be angry." Even the hotel manager was stunned. The moment he saw your expression change, he was already mentally booking his flight out of here. You looked at everyone's reaction and could not help but chuckle. "I just choked. I am not dying. Stop blubbering and keep massaging. By the way, this cheap red wine is a bit bitter, not very good. Bring me a bottle of champagne instead, right away. Young master, please wait a moment. Seeing that you were not actually furious, the manager finally let out a sigh of relief, but he did not dare to be careless. He quickly turned to go get the wine. The two girls shuddered when they heard that. They knew exactly what that red wine was. Romanée Conti Grand Cru, worth a full 100,000 yuan. And in this young master's mouth, it was just cheap red wine. Thinking of that, the two worked even harder. If they could just make the young master comfortable enough, and he happened to gift that bottle to them, they would not have to work for a whole year. Feeling the comfort from my shoulders and legs, I nodded in satisfaction. My gaze lingered on the two girls. All right, I am a bit hungry now. Let us go grab something to eat. Before they could even speak, the manager returned, holding 2 bottles of luxury champagne. Young master, just say the word if you need anything. I will arrange for the kitchen to air freight ingredients and prepare them fresh. Air freight. By the time you get them here, I will have starved to death. No need for all that fuss. You two, come with me to grab a bite. You brushed off the manager's suggestion without a second thought, and led the two girls out the door. On the way, seeing one with pink hair and the other with blue, I whimsically nicknamed them Little Pink and Little Blue. The hotel's buffet is on the 7th floor. It only took half a minute in the private elevator. As the doors opened, the aroma of various delicacies wafted in. Your arrival did not attract much attention. The only things that stood out, I suppose, were the twin girls by your side. Young master, what would you like to eat? We will go get it for you. Little Blue asked proactively, showing she was quite sharp. Just get me something. Preferably no vegetables, but fruit is fine. Understood. Little Blue smiled sweetly, and headed toward the buffet area with a plate. Little Pink, who was also serving me, could not sit still seeing this. Young master, I will go get you something to drink. No sooner had she spoken, than several bodyguards in suits and leather shoes suddenly walked out from the elevator in an orderly fashion. Looking at the bulges in their waist pouches, you could tell these guys were actually armed. They must be the professional bodyguards the manager sent to ensure your personal safety. What was surprising was, they did not come running to surround you like in those cheesy novels. Instead, they orderly dispersed and took up their respective positions. This way, it would not expose the identity of the person being protected, and they could still maintain excellent control of the situation. Not bad at all. You took the tissue Little Pink handed you. Let us give a final, objective assessment. What are you saying, young master? The girl was stunned. Her delicate features, and that dazed, adorable face were just too cute. Hearing the voice, you finally took a good look at the girl beside you. Her exquisite face looked like she had just stepped out of an anime. Especially that maid outfit, it is an absolute killer. Doesn't this beat someone like Lu Ruyan? Come here, little one. Keep me company and chat for a bit. Meanwhile, in the control room of the Tai Tai Cheng International Hotel, the hotel manager was watching the surveillance footage nervously. At this moment, you were leaning your head in, whispering something to the girl. Since the camera was quite far away, it was impossible to hear what you were saying, but judging by your facial expressions, you seemed to be in a good mood. Phew, looks like betting on these twins was the right call. The hotel manager wiped the cold sweat from his forehead, letting out a long sigh of relief. The head of security nearby watched, seeing his manager's relieved expression. He was deeply shocked. Just what kind of person could make his own manager act so cautiously? Even when the mayor visited last time, he did not act like this. Could it be? He did not dare to think any further. For a small fry like him, the less he knows, the better. Suddenly, a ringtone shattered the silence in the air. The manager pulled out his phone, looking annoyed, but upon seeing the caller ID, Wang Yifan's agent, his expression softened slightly. Well, the agent of a popular heartthrob still deserves some respect. Hello, Ms. Zhang. Yeah, I am busy today. What, you want to host a party in the 7th floor restaurant? Absolutely not. There is a VIP dining on the 7th floor today. If anything goes wrong, neither you nor I can handle the consequences. The next second, he did not know what the other person said on the phone, but it made him completely lose his cool and start shouting. What? They are already here. What kind of thing would make me have to greet them personally? The manager slammed his phone onto the floor in a fit of rage. After a long while, he looked up with an angry face and slapped himself across the face. Just could not keep my mouth shut. Must be bored out of my mind. Just as he was still regretting his own actions, a Mercedes business van worth millions slowly pulled up outside the hotel lobby. At the hotel entrance, over 30 fans holding light sticks and banners had been waiting for a long time. Soon, the car door opened. Wang Yifan walked out in front, smiling and waving at everyone. Good evening, everyone. This fan gathering will be held at the Tai Tai Chang International Hotel's 7th floor buffet restaurant. Everyone, please take the elevator in an orderly fashion. Don't disturb others' rest. Okay. A seemingly normal sentence, yet it drew screams from the fans. Wow, my Yifan is so classy. I love him so much. Huh, why are those two girls following behind Yifan? I remember now. Aren't those the two girls who were lucky enough to sing on stage with Yifan? Soon, sharp-eyed people noticed the two girls behind Wang Yifan. As the parties involved, Lu Ruyan and Li Shui naturally heard these voices, but compared to their inner excitement and their image in front of their idol, image was ultimately more important. The two walked with their heads down, following Wang Yifan in silence, looking every bit the demure young ladies. If you saw this scene, you would definitely spit blood in disbelief. Just what kind of plastic are you two made of to be this shameless? Meanwhile, in the 7th floor buffet restaurant, you savor the M5 Wagyu in your mouth. You raise your glass and finish the champagne in one gulp. After enjoying the aftertaste, you lean over and whisper, Xiao Lan, grapes, coming, young master. Xiao Lan replies with a sweet smile. She picks up a chilled grape that still radiates a faint chill. Just as she is about to feed it to you, a piercing shriek makes her hand tremble. Wow, so high class. The sudden scream makes the air freeze instantly. Many diners in the room stop what they are doing. They turn their heads to look toward the source of the noise. You also tilt your head with interest, curious to see what kind of person would make such a scene. But you quickly lose interest, because you see Wang Yifan and a crowd of his fanatic fans behind him. Oh, just some crazy fans. Never mind then. On the other side, Wang Yifan, feeling the thousands of eyes upon him, feels a hint of embarrassment creeping onto his fair face. Although he is someone who stands on stage all year round, he does not have much resistance to this kind of attention. So awkward. Regaining his composure, he deliberately clears his throat, and then says in a low voice to his entourage of fans, everyone, quiet down a bit. Don't disturb others while they are eating. All right, Yifan, are there any private rooms? Are we really just going to eat out here like this? Should we take some photos first? The crowd starts chattering away. At first, they were just nodding in agreement, but soon the volume grew louder and louder, even debating what to eat and how to pose for photos. Wang Yifan shakes his head helplessly and gestures to the head of his fan club nearby, asking them to talk to the hotel staff to see if they can arrange a large table or a private room. But he gets an answer very quickly. No large tables available, no private rooms. What kind of hotel are you running? You can't even set up a table. Don't you see we are having a gathering? Some fans, upon hearing this news, immediately start questioning the waiter in the restaurant. I am sorry, miss. Our hotel's buffet does not support group gatherings. The waiter flashes a professional smile. Then what are we supposed to do with so many people? Sit at separate tables. At this moment, Li Shui steps forward, wanting to show off in front of her idol. The waiter hears the question and says in a very serious tone, sitting at separate tables is fine, but you must keep the restaurant quiet. No loud noises allowed. What do you mean? Are you saying we are bothering you? Fine, just you wait. Tai Tai Chang International Hotel, right. Bullying customers, terrible service. Li Shui says as she picks up her phone, filming while muttering to herself, so noisy. I am done eating. In the corner, you really can't stand it anymore. You drop your cutlery, intending to take Xiao Lan and leave. I really did not expect that just having a meal at a hotel would mean running into Lu Ruyan and Li Shui. It is a good thing I broke up with her quickly. Otherwise, looking at this scene, I would probably be getting a brand new green hat tonight. Your voice is not loud, but in the quiet restaurant, it sounds piercingly sharp. Wang Yifan, who just lit a cigarette, was just about to call his manager to ask about the situation here. I heard Lu Ruyan and Li Shui exclaim in unison, Zhang Ling. Hearing the call, I stopped in my tracks and pulled the two girls into my arms, feigning a look of surprise. Oh, what a coincidence. Since it is such a small world, I will cover the bill for tonight. Eat well, drink well, and sleep well, all right. After saying that, I looked at everyone with a meaningful smile. Then, holding the two girls, I headed straight for the private elevator. The humiliation was absolute, especially that sleep well part. It was a total burn. Since I have already paid for your wedding, I might as well be generous and pay for you to sleep with someone else. As those words left my lips, the expressions of everyone in the restaurant shifted. I scanned Lu Ruyan and Li Shui without reservation, like they were watching some cheap street-side drama. Lu Ruyan felt the strange atmosphere in the air. Her chest heaved, clearly struggling to breathe. A sense of unprecedented humiliation washed over her. Only Li Shui, acting like a total airhead, muttered, "Zhong Ling is so kind, treating us to a meal." She trotted over, her massive weight causing her feet to thud against the floor. The surrounding diners stared in disbelief. Even the security guards were stunned. Is this thing going to crush the hotel floor? Zhong Ling, I told you not to leave. Did you hear me? Li Shui's voice grew louder and louder, her fan-sized palm ready to slap my back. The security guards finally snapped out of it. The young master is in danger. But I just walked into the private elevator with a faint smile. Just as the elevator doors were closing, several guards swarmed in, pinning the 200-pound Li Shui to the ground. I am warning you, do not move. If you keep struggling, we are calling the cops. Disturbing the peace will land you in a cell. Li Shui was pinned to the floor like a sacrificial pig, muttering incessantly. Wang Yifan, unable to watch any longer, stepped forward and said, "Could you please let my fan go first? Let us hear what she has to say." Even though he did not like Li Shui, he could not just stand by and watch. After all, he is the top idol in the country right now. The security guards naturally recognized the pretty boy standing before them. Anyway, since you are already safely in the elevator, they let Li Shui go. The rest is the novel part. For those who want to read ahead, you can download the Wukong browser app. Search for Fang Zhou Fu Jie to read the full text for free. The first result is the one. The idol speaking up for himself gave Li Shui a strange sense of confidence. Her attitude became even more insufferable. Call the police. I want to call the police. Jia Yi, call the police quickly. I want to expose this hotel, bullying people with power, taking advantage of customers. Hearing this, click the link. Hearing this. Hearing this. Click the link. Hearing this, is there a discount? Click. Hearing this, discount. Is it? Hearing this, is it? Host, I am following too. Chen Jiayi's face change. Host, I am following. Host, I am also. Chen Jiayi's face change. Follow, I am following too. Chen Jiayi's face change. I am following too. Chen Jiayi's face change. I am following too. I am also following. Chen Jiayi's face change. Chen Jiayi's face change. Follow, also follow. Chen Jiayi's face change. Chen Jiayi's face changed instantly. She quickly chimed in to smooth things over. It is fine, let us just eat. She quickly chimed in to smooth things over. It is fine, let us just eat. She quickly chimed in to smooth things over. It is fine, let us just eat. Forget it. She quickly chimed in to smooth things over. It is fine, let us just eat. She quickly chimed in to smooth things over. It is fine, let us just eat. I will make Zhong Ling compensate you for the phone. Don't make a scene. It will look bad for Yifan. All right, let us not let these personal matters waste everyone's time. Everyone, please, dig in. We can take group photos after we eat. Wang Yifan had a rough idea of the power behind the Tai Tai Cheng International Hotel. He knew a thing or two about it. Word is, it is owned by one of the major clans in the capital. In situations like this, he usually chooses to keep a low profile. Even with his financial backing, he would have to tread carefully around the big shots in the capital, let alone a mere celebrity like him. People like them, they are called stars, but in reality, they are just modern-day stage performers. It is precisely because he knows his place that he went from a nameless trainee to a top-tier star in the cutthroat entertainment industry. The dinner started soon after. Chen Jiayi and the fan club president sat on either side of Wang Yifan. Li Shui was seated directly across from them. Since it was a buffet-style seating, there were only 4 or 5 people at each table. Wang Yifan first stood up to toast everyone. Then, he started chatting with the girls at his table. That is Jiayi, right? Suddenly, Wang Yifan's charismatic voice rang in Chen Jiayi's ears. Yes, that is me. Chen Jiayi nodded instinctively. Do you guys know that Zhong Ling guy? According to Li Shui, he seems to have caused you some financial loss. If that is really the case, I can have my legal team help you sue him for damages. Wang Yifan maintained that charming, breezy smile, making the hearts of the girls around him skip a beat. Chen Jiayi forced an awkward smile. She wanted to distance herself from him, but the words just would not come out. The image of those two twin maids haunted her like a demon in her mind. People are always prone to comparing, especially with an ex. You only feel happy when you see them doing poorly. Otherwise, there is just a sharp sense of contrast. Oh come on, Jiayi, do not be so shy. Who has not met a couple of jerks in their youth? If you are too embarrassed to say it, let me tell it. Li Shui, across the table, did not know if it was intentional or just a coincidence, but she suddenly stood up with a bang. Ignoring Chen Jiayi's reaction, she recounted the whole story from when they entered the concert to the moment they saw Zhong Ling leave. Naturally, she added plenty of embellishments, painting Zhong Ling as a heartless, two-timing loser. Combined with the earlier scene of Zhong Ling leaving with two maid-clad girls, everyone instinctively believed Li Shui's story. That is pretty much how it went. He is truly the worst-tempered, pettiest, and most useless man I have ever met. He is nothing like our Yifan. As soon as Li Shui finished, she downed her glass of juice in one gulp. The girls at the table chimed in one after another, standing up for Chen Jiayi. That is too much. I can't believe there are such petty men in this world. It is just a wedding dress. I thought it looked pretty, so I wore it. Why is he so controlling? Is he out of his mind? He is just a boyfriend, not a husband. Even if it were a real wedding, it would not be his place to judge. I think he is just cheating and using this as an excuse to break up with you. You can't let a guy like that get away with it. We have to expose him. Save other girls from his toxicity. Hime is right. Wang Yifan listened to the girls' comments, his eyes lighting up. A fan wearing a wedding dress to a concert, exposing a scumbag's true colors. Now that is a juicy headline. Chapter 8. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui's shock. Rani Kanti Chapter 8. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui's shock. Rani Chapter 8. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui's shock. Chapter 8. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui's shock. Rani Kanti. All right, Rani Kanti. Everyone, settle down. Wang Yifan's magnetic voice rang out. The girls stopped talking instantly, all eyes turning toward him, waiting for their idol's next words. Regarding what happened to Jiayi and Xiao Shui, I feel truly sorry. Of course, this is just a case of bad luck. We can't blame them. Secondly, I also agree that we should expose such a scumbag. But everyone, let us not go overboard. We can expose him to warn other girls, but no cyberbullying. That is illegal, you know. The girls chimed in one after another. Don't worry, Fan. We are the core of your fan club. We won't let you down. We will make sure to expose a guy like that, right? But girls, no cyberbullying. Okay, haha. I am posting on Weibo right now. And Xiaohongshu too. It was the first time they had received so much support. It almost moved Li Shui to tears. Chen Jiayi also forced a strained smile, thanking everyone. Thank you all for your kindness, but I think I am okay now. Jiayi, do not be afraid. You have us behind you. Wang Yifan flashed his signature smile, gently patting her on the back to comfort her. Such a simple gesture, yet it left Chen Jiayi momentarily dazed. Fan, are you comforting me? He is so gentle and handsome. Oh, that is right. Jiayi, the diamond rings you and Xiao Shui are wearing look familiar. Are they Cartier? Wang Yifan suddenly shifted the topic, drawing everyone's attention to the diamond rings on Chen Jiayi and Li Shui's fingers. Oh, this. Yes, it is that brand. Chen Jiayi was stunned for a second, but quickly recovered, hurriedly nodding. Yes. Li Shui, afraid their lie would be exposed, quickly chimed in. Some knowledgeable girls, after seeing their rings, froze in their tracks, then gasped in shock. My God, this is that really the signature piece from the Cartier display? The diamond ring from the True Love collection? Girls, what do you mean, the ultimate treasure? Is it that expensive? If you do not know, just ask. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui pricked up their ears nearby. They were dying to hear what was so special about the ring they had on. As for the price, they had not really thought about it. A man who buys an 8,000 wedding dress, how expensive could his ring be? But when the Expert girl heard that. She just gave a look of pure disdain. Expensive? Tell me, is a house expensive? That sentence was like a thunderbolt, striking everyone right on the head. Wait, what? That is impossible. Two gasps of pure disbelief echoed in succession. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui jumped up instantly. Judging by their faces, they were completely stunned. That girl thought they were just playing it cool, so she gave them a look that said, I know what you are doing. Girls, stop playing it low-key. Those rings on your fingers, I have seen them at the boutique in Zhongbei so many times, I could never mistake them. 1.88 million for a single ring. I remember it crystal clear. Wow, a rich goddess. No, sister, my dear sister is just too loaded. I can't even imagine it. Who would have thought that among us anti-fans, there'd be such a wealthy heiress? My apologies. I have brought shame to the anti-fan club. Ah, the chorus of flattery rang out one after another. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui were both thrilled and conflicted. They were thrilled because they had performed so well in front of their idol, to the point where they actually felt they were on the same social level, but they were conflicted about Zhong Ling. I mean, can that poor guy really afford such an expensive ring? It could not be a knockoff, could it? If the truth comes out, would not they be humiliated to death? Wang Yifan, meanwhile, finally remembered why it looked so familiar. His manager, Zhang Jia, had been nagging him for days about buying this exact ring. The photo she showed him was identical to the one on Li Shui's hand. It is just that because the price was so astronomical, Zhang Jia eventually gave up on the idea. Geez, who would have thought it would end up being bought by her own fan? Thinking of this, she could not help but laugh and cry at the same time. In the spirit of sharing, she pulled out her phone, ready to snap a photo to send to Zhang Jia. But as soon as she opened the chat, she saw several red notification dots. They were all from her manager, Zhang Jia. Yifan, a VIP has arrived at the Tai Tai Cheng International Hotel. I have spoken with their management, but it is still a no-go. See if you should take the fans and move the party to another hotel. However, there is still one presidential suite left. Remember, do not go too wild tonight. Judging by the manager's tone, that VIP's background is absolutely terrifying. Tap, 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 tapping through. There were also several missed calls. Seeing this, Wang Yifan's face changed. Why did I have "Do Not Disturb" on? Amidst the panic, he quickly realized, after all that fuss you have been making, the hotel manager has not even come over to say anything. I guess I have not disturbed that VIP, have I? Wang Yifan reassured himself. Better safe than sorry. He still decided to take his fans to another hotel for the party. You can never be too careful, just in case. What he did not know was, the VIP he was so worried about and the hotel manager were currently sipping champagne in the presidential suite, listening to some light music. Chapter 9. Helping others is a pleasure. Going with the flow. The only one in the hotel enjoying the drinks. Inside the presidential suite, room 5, Zhong Ling took the champagne poured by the hotel manager, took a light sip. The rich fruity aroma and the bubbles burst in his mouth, making him feel like he was floating on air. Nearby, the two sisters, Little Fan and Little Lan, were working in perfect sync. One playing the piano, the other singing. A perfect melody, fine wine and beautiful company. The hotel manager, face flushed, finished his glass, then nervously asked, "Young Master Zhong, did you call me here for something?" Just a moment ago, on his way to block people at the hotel entrance, he received another call from the front desk, saying Zhong Ling wanted to see him. And then, there was no "and then." Upon learning Zhong Ling had returned to his room, he had to rush back to the hotel. But as soon as he walked in, he saw him sitting there drinking alone. Couldn't really join him for a drink. Who has time for that? And that is how we got to this scene. Well, actually, I did not call you here for anything major. Zhong Ling pursed his lips. He looked up, a cold glint flashing in his lazy gaze. By the way, do not call me young master anymore. What kind of society is this now? Cut that out. That sentence scared the drunkenness right out of the hotel manager. Yes, sir. Zhong, can we talk business now? Zhong Ling waved his hand, signaling the two sisters to stop for a moment, then slowly said, "On the 7th floor, there are guests today. Seems like a big celebrity. You should know, right? Guests, a big celebrity." The hotel manager's expression shifted. He immediately realized what was going on. "You mean Wang Yifan?" Yeah, that is right. The hotel manager cursed silently. Oh no, he really had been disturbed by Wang Yifan. He was panicking, thinking fast. Which flight should I book to run away tonight? The hotel manager forced a smile that looked worse than crying. I am sorry, Zhang, it is my fault. I did not do my job properly. I let him disturb you. Sensing the atmosphere was off, Zhang Ling quickly interrupted. What does that have to do with you? I mean, it is always a pleasure to have guests from afar, isn't it? Since they chose our hotel, out of so many others, we should show them our hospitality. Just like that, everything they consume today is on me. Also, send them a bottle of Ace of Spades champagne, the 8801, and maybe add some hacker tech, like some kind of love potion or something. By the way, what room did they book? The hotel manager was completely stunned by this series of power moves. He was dazed for a long moment, before he finally snapped back to reality. They booked the presidential suite on the 8th floor. Is the 8th floor suite smaller than this one? Yes, it is a bit smaller, because there are other guest rooms nearby. We have occupied the entire floor. Ugh, how petty. Move them all to the 9th floor. I am flying out tonight anyway, so clear some space for them. The hotel manager was shocked. Xiao Fan and Xiao Lan were also dumbfounded. What kind of insane statement is that? Does our young master chase celebrities too? No, that is not right. Who chases celebrities? Just do as I say. Follow my instructions exactly. Zhang Ling quickly put down his wine glass, issuing orders with authority. Until everything was clear, the hotel manager responded with a nod, then immediately made calls to the other management staff to arrange the tasks. Not long after, the manager returned, looking excited, and said, "Understood. Young Master Zhang, everything you ordered has been taken care of." Wang Yifan and his group were just about to leave, but they were intercepted by one of our supervisors. After learning about your generous hospitality, they were very moved. They are now heading back to the 7th floor buffet restaurant. Not bad. You are clearly overqualified for this job. If there is an opportunity, you should try the headquarters in the capital. Zhang Ling spoke firmly, acknowledging his work capability. These words fell into the manager's ears, like a royal decree, making him so excited he nearly jumped up. Really? Thank you, young Master Zhang. Thank you, young Master Zhang. I will definitely not let you down. Xiao Fan and Xiao Lan stood to the side, stunned, with blank expressions. Their speculation about Zhang Ling's identity had reached a whole new level. A single word determined the manager's future. A single word determined the manager's future. Perks. A single word determined the manager's future. Main. I am following too. I am following too. I am following too. Following too. Zhang Ling naturally also. Zhang Ling naturally also noticed these two cute little maids. And he just smiled slightly, extended a well-manicured finger, and gently tapped the two girls on the forehead. You have worked hard today, but looking at you, you seem even younger than me. Are you not in school? How did you end up doing this? As soon as he said that, the girls' expressions changed immediately. They hurriedly explained, "Young master, you have misunderstood. We just finished our college entrance exams, and we will be starting university soon. We are working as servers at the hotel during the summer break, just to earn some living expenses. We are not selling ourselves." Yes, young Master Zhang. These two sisters were originally hired as servers. They just happened to see you arrive today. I heard they are majoring in nursing at university, and they know a bit about massage techniques, so I let them come over. The hotel manager smiled sheepishly, and chimed in from the side. He would not dare just send random women to this young master, not to mention the strict upbringing of such a top-tier family. Just saying, once you get involved with someone like that, even if you had 10 lives, it would not be enough to appease the wrath of the Zhang and Lin families. As for the two sisters, he did not even give it a second thought. If it is not enough, just pay more. Still not enough, add more. Keep adding until they are satisfied. Massage. Zhang Ling raised an eyebrow, scanning the three of them, then said, "No wonder just after that massage, I feel an indescribable sense of relief all over. Not bad, you two have real talent. Learning massage is a solid skill to have." Listening to Zhang Ling's smooth talk, Xiao Fen and Xiao Lan nodded repeatedly, deeply touched. In their eyes, a young master like Zhang Ling is at the very least someone young, successful, and dashing. So, regarding the sweet talk he was feeding them, The two did not find it off-putting at all. Instead, they felt he was giving them some pointers. However, in reality, Zhang Ling is actually just a college student. Alright, enough talk. Don't forget to take good care of our guest for me. Zhang Ling gave his instructions. The hotel manager immediately stood up and headed for the door. Oh, right. These two girls have worked hard all day. Give them those 2 unopened bottles of champagne as a reward. Understood, young Master Zhang. Thank you, young Master Zhang. Thank you, young Master Zhang. Upon hearing this, the two girls nearly screamed with excitement. Now they would not have to worry about their tuition or living expenses anymore. You have to understand, the champagne he was drinking is not some cheap stuff you can buy for a few $1,000s. It is a bottle worth nearly 30,000, a crude black pearl champagne. That is more than a waiter makes in half a year of hard work. You two earned it. See you around. Xiao Lan, Xiao Fen. Zhang Ling flashed a gentle smile, waved at the two girls, and then left the room, escorted by the hotel manager, leaving the two little maids stunned in place, unable to snap out of it. Sis, I am done for. I think I am in love. Xiao Fen patted her flushed little face, feeling her heart racing wildly. You silly girl, stop daydreaming. Xiao Lan pinched her sister's waist in annoyance, making her squeal. But young Master Zhang really is a gentleman. Look at this whole afternoon. He never once made any inappropriate demands. Yeah, I also think the manager made him sound too scary. He was clearly so gentle and playful. If I ever get the chance to see him again, I am definitely going to make a move on him. Oh, you are getting bold again. Hee hee, do not be mad, sis. I will treat you to a big meal. Chapter 10. I am calling the police. On the highway, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan worth over 7 million sped past, drawing the eyes of countless people. Anyone who has spent years in high society would surely recognize the origin of this car at a glance. Tai Tai Chang International Hotel, the exclusive transport for their highest level VIPs. Ronnie Canty, the exclusive transport for their highest level VIPs. The exclusive transport for their highest level VIPs. Ronnie Canty. It is said the last time this car was used was when the city mayor visited. Inside the car, Zhang Ling leaned back in the seat, looking relaxed, his gaze shifting between the scenery outside the window and his phone. It is almost 9 of the clock. Yeah, just about. Zhang Ling suddenly sat up. He pulled out his phone and made a call. The hotel manager, who was driving, noticed his movement, but did not say a word, focusing intently on the road instead. The call connected. A stern voice came through. Hello, hello. This is the Yudu police station. Officer, Zhang Ling said, his voice calm and polite. I would like to report a crime. There is a group engaging in illicit activities, public indecency, and theft. The mastermind is Wang Yifan. They should be at the Tai Tai Chang International Hotel right now. In the presidential suite. Yeah, get there as fast as you can, or the party's over. The tires screeched as the car came to a sharp halt. Once the car was steady, the hotel manager turned around, looking horrified. Young Master Zhang, you reported our own hotel. Yeah, that is right. Our hotel will fully cooperate with your operation. He hung up the phone. Zhang Ling shook his head, a playful smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth. Don't get me wrong. Our hotel is just doing its part for public safety. By reporting criminals, the hotel manager was stunned. At that moment, only 2 words could describe his state of mind. Mind blown. Oh, right. Do not forget to print out the bill for my treat. Also, the hotel surveillance is broken today. Zhang Ling swiped across his phone screen, his tone sounding somewhat indifferent. The manager, being a sharp guy, naturally caught on to his intent immediately. He slammed his foot on the gas. Understood, young Master Zhang. Meanwhile, at the hotel's 7th floor buffet restaurant, after several rounds of drinks, many of the girls present were already blushing. But that was not the most important part. What mattered was, they had already started to vaguely feel something strange happening to their bodies. A bold and wild thought gradually emerged in their minds. It could not be Yifan, could it? As they thought of this, compounded by the alcohol and the drugs, several girls even started making moves right in public. Wang Yifan had also had quite a bit to drink. He felt that same burning sensation all over his body. He signaled his assistant without drawing attention, then leaned in and whispered in his ear, "Did you go a bit too hard with the drugs today? Why is my drink spiked too?" The assistant was stunned at first, but quickly understood what he meant. He hurriedly explained, I used the same dosage as before, sir. But I remember, I specifically set aside a bottle of unspiked champagne for you. Wang Yifan frowned, struggling to suppress the fire in his gut. He lit a cigarette, exhaling a cloud of smoke. He muttered to himself, that is strange. Did I mess up, Yifan? Chen Jiayi suddenly spoke up, attracting the attention of everyone present. Her eyes were unfocused, and a flush that was not quite normal spread across her cheeks. Yifan, I really like you. You are so much better than that loser Zhong Ling. Today, I am going to give you my best, my whole self. With that, Chen Jiayi leaned directly into him, but Wang Yifan reacted quickly and dodged away. It is not that she does not want to, but they are in a public place right now. Too many eyes around. One wrong move, and they will be all over tomorrow's headlines. Once someone took the lead, the other girls started shamelessly baring their hearts. Their words were raw, even using vulgarities without a second thought. Wang Yifan subconsciously gulped. He shot a fierce glare at his assistant nearby, as if questioning, did you have to go this hard? What he did not know was, it was not just his assistant who spiked the drinks. The enthusiastic VIP behind the scenes had also kindly added a few extra doses of the good stuff. All right, everyone's a bit tipsy now. Time to head back and rest. Yifan specifically booked a presidential suite for us. We should not let his kindness go to waste. Right, ladies. Seeing the scene descending into chaos, the fan club president suddenly proposed, and it was met with cheers from most of the girls. Let us go to the presidential suite. Thank you, Yifan. Love you. Moi. Let us move, girls. I can't wait any longer. Wang Yifan watched the crowd of infatuated young women, no longer able to hide the smirk on his face. Come on, give them a hand. Get these ladies to the suite to rest. His bodyguards nodded, sharing a look of excitement in their eyes. One by one, they moved with practiced efficiency, herding the girls along, and ushering them into the private elevator. Meanwhile, an old Santana sedan slowly pulled up to the hotel entrance. Several plainclothes officers with bulging waistbands stepped out one after another. The rain was still pouring outside, and the occasional flashes of lightning in the sky seemed to signal the unrest of the night. The next morning, two trending topics suddenly hit every major media platform, causing a massive stir across the internet. The police had successfully busted a group orgy case last night, with the prime suspect being the popular star, Wang Yifan. The internet exploded. Young fans who chased their dreams in wedding dresses were now breaking up with their boyfriends over this. A scumbag has fallen. Time to dodge the drama. Wang Yifan's concert, where countless girls wore wedding gowns to propose to him. Wang Feng released a new song, Forget the number 4 spot. The top 3 spots alone were enough to grab everyone's attention. Holy crap, something huge happened tonight. Isn't Wang Yifan that top-tier heartthrob? Damn, the top 3 trending topics are all about him. The industry is a mess. Showbiz is truly chaotic. Sisters, Yifan must have been framed. We need to stand up and speak for him. First, Yifan was framed. Second, he is a total scumbag. May he be struck by lightning. Third, because we love our youth. How could Yifan be that kind of person? In my opinion, this is definitely slander and defamation. A twist is bound to come sooner or later. Just as countless netizens, armed with their stools and sunflower seeds, were getting ready to watch the show of the century, a terrifying force of power suddenly emerged and suppressed all the trending topics across all major media outlets. Less than half an hour later, Wang Yifan's studio issued a public statement, claiming he had nothing to do with the matter, blaming it on an assistant who abused their authority. The individual has been handed over to the authorities for further investigation. Immediately after, the officials released a late-night notice to clear Wang Yifan's name, and even made the arrested assistant's personal information public. With this triple play move, everyone was left stunned. Even those with a keen eye could smell the conspiracy, but everyone chose to keep their mouths shut, to avoid getting burned. Just like that, the scandal of Wang Yifan's arrest was swept under the rug overnight. Meanwhile, Zhong Ling's incident, which was originally second on the trending list, thanks to some mysterious forces at play, instantly shot up to number 1, and the drama was only getting more intense. Chapter 11, An Ocean of Joy. As for Zhong Ling, he was currently in the first-class cabin of a flight, leisurely sipping his coffee. Little did he know, he had suddenly become a viral internet sensation. Young Master Zhong, would you like something to eat? Suddenly, a graceful woman with a cat-like walk approached him slowly. Her tight, light blue uniform accentuated her stunning curves. Her shapely legs paired with black stockings were absolutely alluring. From her name tag, one could tell she was the chief flight attendant. Hearing the voice, Zhang Ling pulled his gaze away from the window. He smiled politely at her and said, I will have the steak. Medium rare. Thank you. Certainly, please wait a moment. The chief attendant gave a sweet smile and turned away, leaving a trail of perfume. Not far away, a few well-dressed flight attendants were whispering about the scene. Hey, tell me, who exactly is this young Master Zhang? Not only did he book the entire first-class cabin, but the chief attendant is even waiting on him hand and foot. Hey, who knows? I heard that this guy is actually the son of one of our company's major shareholders. Oh, really? He is so young. Young Master Zhang. Could he be from that family? Shish. Do you have a death wish? You can't just say anything you want. But he really is so young. And so handsome too. Everything about him exudes the aura of a true aristocrat. If he were my boyfriend, I would be smiling in my sleep. Suddenly, a slightly discordant voice interrupted their conversation. Hey, could you ladies please keep it down? After all, there are only a few of us in this cabin. I am starting to feel a bit embarrassed listening to you. The group froze. They looked toward the voice and realized that Zhang Ling had leaned his head out from his seat, looking at them with an awkward expression. After a brief, deathly silence, the most senior flight attendant was the first to react. She apologized profusely. I am so sorry, young Master Zhang. We did not mean to disturb you. We will be more careful. It is fine. You must be tired from standing. There are plenty of empty seats anyway. Why do not you all sit down and take a break? Zhang Ling waved his hand generously, signaling for them to sit and rest. Not happening, young Master Zhang. It is company policy. I bought these seats. I even own shares in your company. I say who sits where, and that is final. Understood. Fine. Thank you, young Master Zhang. Thank you, young Master Zhang. They could not win against him, so they just nodded and complied. Yet, they all tacitly chose to sit by Zhang Ling. Like this, they could satisfy any of his whims in an instant. Right, yeah, any whim. I am all into. I am into. Any whim. I am into. Any whim. I am into. Yeah, any whim. I am into. I am into. Any whim. Yeah, any whim. Are you done yet? Waiting for the head attendant to bring back the steak. Done. Just waiting for the head attendant to bring the steak. Waiting for the head attendant to bring back the steak. Naturally, he noticed it at first glance, the people in the seats, but because Zhang Ling was there, he did not scold them out loud, but shot them a warning look. The arrowhead is angry. The flight attendants' faces paled. Just as they were about to explain, Zhang Ling spoke up. I told them to do it. That is right. Does anyone here know how to give a massage? 10,000 per hour. Anyone want to make some extra cash? As soon as he said that, everyone was stunned. Massage for 10,000 an hour. Damn. Why not give the young master some service? Why not give the young master some service? I would not feel right taking it otherwise. All right. The next second, everyone, including the head attendant, scrambled to stand up. Young Master Zhang, I can. Not only are my hands good, my tongue is good too. Young Master Zhang, I have got all sorts of tricks. Let me do it. I only want 5,000. Whether in the cabin or the restroom, I will make sure young Master Zhang is satisfied. Young Master Zhang, I can do it myself. The cacophony of voices added a bit of heat to the empty cabin. Listening to the flight attendant's brazen words, Zhang Ling shook his head helplessly. He really just wanted a massage. It is all because Xiao Fen and Xiao Lan's technique was too good, making her fall in love with the feeling instantly. Sigh, should have brought those two girls along too. All right, stop fighting. Come on up together. Remember, hands only. No mouths allowed. Otherwise, do not blame me if something goes wrong. Zhang Ling waved his hand, and with a flourish, pulled out a bank card, slapping it onto the table with a snap. Card or transfer. The next second, young Master Zhang was imposing. Long live the young master. Long live. Accompanied by everyone's cheers, Zhang Ling was gradually submerged in an ocean of joy. Chapter 12. Viral Online. At the crack of dawn, a flight from Shancheng landed steadily at the Imperial International Airport. As the man who booked the entire first-class cabin Zhang Ling naturally enjoyed priority disembarkation. Ah, the flashy world is so mesmerizing. Feeling the dual exhaustion of body and soul, he recalled when he was getting off the plane. The cold, longing looks from those flight attendants. Zhang Ling could not help but sigh. Just then, an Audi A6 sped over from the distance. It instantly grabbed everyone's attention. The main reason, that license plate, Jing A66666. Holy crap, am I seeing things? What the hell is that plate? Damn, no wonder it can drive right into the airport. My flight today was worth it just for this. Never thought I would see a real big shot in person. Wow. If the owner of this car just sneezed, the whole capital would probably shake. While the crowd was busy marveling, that Audi A6 drifted and came to a smooth stop right in front of Zhang Ling. The car door opened. A young guy with a buzz cut stepped out. Zhang Ling raised an eyebrow. Seeing that familiar face, he was slightly taken aback. Zhang Ling, my good cousin. It has been a while. Look at you, all grown up and handsome. Zhang Hao excitedly stepped forward and grabbed Zhang Ling's shoulder, his voice full of enthusiasm. Zhang Ling ignored his comment and pointed at the eye-catching Audi A6 instead. He gave a bitter smile. Cousin, you really drove Uncle Tang's car out like this, and so flashy, too. Aren't you afraid he will skin you alive? Haha, I definitely would not dare usually, but picking you up is a different story. You are the apple of our Zhang family's eye. You have not been back to the capital in half a year. Let me take you for a spin, Zhang Hao said, and dove straight into the driver's seat. He dove straight into the driver's seat. He dove straight into the driver's seat. Ronnie Canty. Zhang Ling followed and sat in the passenger seat, with a roar like a beast. This unassuming Audi A6 soon disappeared into a cloud of dust, leaving the crowd behind, staring in disbelief. The whole pickup process, no bodyguards in sight, no long motorcade of luxury cars, just a single license plate, was enough to crush all those flashy displays. Driving out of the airport, Zhang Hao started chatting with Zhang Ling. Cousin, I heard from the old man. You spent your summer break working in Wudu for 2 months. Why? Was your monthly allowance of tens of millions not enough? Haha, that is not it. I just wanted to temper myself a bit. Zhang Ling touched his nose, looking a bit awkward. Am I sick? Why the hell would I go work for pocket change when I have millions? Well, not bad. You are worthy of being the future heir of our Zhang family. But I still have to warn you, chasing girls is fine. But do not get too emotionally invested, otherwise, you will be the one getting played in the end. And this stuff is all about social status. You might not know, but when you were born, just the people coming to offer gifts, there were at least 30 big shots. Honestly, I am so damn jealous of you. If I was born with a silver spoon, you were born wearing a crown. Zhang Hao kept rambling on the whole way. Zhang Ling sat beside him, his mouth twitching. He was speechless inside. My own dating life was clearly low-key enough. How come even my cousin knows about it? Is there surveillance on me or something? But the moment he mentioned his absurd ex-girlfriend, he suddenly remembered the police report he filed last night. He figured it should be hitting the news by now. Thinking of this, Zhang Ling immediately pulled out his phone and opened TikTok. The next second, he froze. On the trending list, there was no mention of any scandal or arrest. On the contrary, the top 5 trending topics almost all mentioned one name, and that was his name, Zhang Ling. Trending: young girl in wedding dress stalked her idol, dumped by scumbag. Scumbag exposed as Zhang Ling. According to the fangirl's expose, the scumbag Zhang Ling is suspected of cheating, playing 3 women at once. Wedding dress stalking incident ends in breakup. Inside story exposed by the girl's best friend. Justice for all, only by punishing this scumbag severely. Can we give all women some peace of mind? He clicked on the comment section. It was a barrage of attacks from countless keyboard warriors. A 2-timing scumbag like him deserves to die. The breakup was clearly premeditated. The wedding dress stunt was just an excuse. Demand severe punishment for the scumbag. Watch out, you will get struck by lightning. Rot in hell, you jerk. Scumbag Zhang Ling. Just the name sounds like some pathetic loser. HMPH. Playing 2 sides. What a toad trying to eat swan meat. Ugly as sin and playing around. Seeing this, Zhang Ling forced back his anger and clicked into his private messages. Sure enough, his inbox was flooded with insults. The entire message folder was filled with curses against him. insults toward his family, and even worse, people were actually threatening to dox him and cyberbully his family. HMPH. So I am being cyberbullied now. But wait, I filed that police report last night. Did they not catch anyone? In desperation, Zhong Ling opened his contacts, ready to call the hotel manager to ask what was going on. But what caught his eye was a long list of missed calls. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Suddenly, his phone started vibrating. After confirming it was not a number he recognized, Zhong Ling immediately switched to airplane mode. It is 80% likely Chen Jiayi and Li Shui. Those two leaked my personal information. Hey, and spreading rumors too. Zhong Ling's expression darkened. His fingers gripped the phone tightly, a burning rage igniting in his heart. Zhang Hao, sitting nearby, heard the noise, and immediately turned to ask, "What is wrong, cousin? Someone is spreading rumors about me." "Yeah, not just rumors. They are cyberbullying me." Zhong Ling frowned, shifting his gaze out the window, his voice trembling slightly with fury. Who knew that upon hearing this, Zhang Hao would not be angry, but instead looked almost excited. "That is great." Zhong Ling turned around abruptly, his face visibly darkening. "What? Say that again." Sensing that murderous glare, Zhang Hao realized he had misunderstood, so he quickly explained, "Cousin, that is not what I meant. I did not mean it is good that you are being treated badly. No, that is not what I meant either. It is like this. Didn't I take the civil service exam 2 years ago and get into the cabinet secretariat? But after 2 years of drifting, I am still just a low-level clerk. My old man says I lack the experience and have not achieved anything substantial. If I want a promotion, I need to show some real results. Otherwise, I will be stuck in this spot for another 2 or 3 years. So, I have been racking my brain on how to make a name for myself. Then, I set my sights on the internet sector. You know how the internet is in China these days. Rumors spread for free, and cyberbullying has no bottom line. So, I prepared a proposal for internet reform. But when I submitted it, the higher-ups felt that cleaning up the internet is too time-consuming and labor-intensive, and the costs are just too high. They said it can only be restricted slowly, not cut off in one stroke. I was afraid they would just toss it back at me. But at this point, Zhang Hao paused intentionally, looking at Zhong Ling, like a predator eyeing its prey. But the situation now is, you have been slandered. With your status, if you just say you are depressed, and I add that into the proposal, those old guys in the capital will definitely approve it overnight. Not to mention anything else, your dad would not just sit by and watch. So, cousin, you would not want to see me at 25, still stuck at a low-level position, would you? As he spoke, Zhang Hao immediately put on a fawning expression, practically begging. Zhong Ling was momentarily speechless. To be honest, he did not like using his influence like this, but since his own cousin was pleading with him, it would be too cold-hearted to refuse. Fine, all right, cousin, I will try to clear things up online first. If that does not work, well, playing the depression card is not out of the question. Hearing this, Zhang Hao was instantly ecstatic. His eyes practically glowed with greed. Really, cousin? I owe you one. From now on, I will call you big brother, and you call me cousin. Let us just keep it that way. No need for all that. Zhong Ling twitched his lip. All right. As it happens, a friend of mine is back in the capital today, and he invited me to dinner. Let us go together. Consider it my treat. Zhang Hao chuckled. Zhong Ling, Chapter 13. Tea service. Having secured Zhong Ling's word, Zhang Hao was over the moon, because his path to promotion was finally looking bright. To put it simply, Zhong Ling, the direct heir of the Zhong family, was essentially the sky of the Zhong family, and the Zhong family was the sky of the capital. As long as Zhong Ling nodded, there was almost nothing he could not get done. Don't be fooled by the fact that Zhang Hao also shares the surname Zhong. He is just a small fry compared to Zhong Ling's direct lineage. The difference is like heaven and earth. It is not just about the status, but the entire city. His father, though holding a high-ranking government position, still pales in comparison to Zhong Ling. His father, with his foreign citizenship, and the elusive elder Zhong, are leagues apart. And his mother, Lin Li, has a background that is equally terrifying. The largest financial group in China, the Lin Group, was founded by his father, and she is an only child, the sole heir to the Lin Group. The gap between people is truly as wide as the one between humans and dogs. Thinking of this, Zhang Hao could not help but let out a deep sigh. Zhang Ling watched the whole scene, knowing exactly what was on his mind, but there was nothing to be done. That is the reality of being born into such a family. Unless you are the direct, sole heir like him, you are constantly facing endless pressure and cutthroat competition from your own kin. Resources are always limited, and they only go to those who can actually hold on to them. But there is one upside. Even if the resources you get are meager, as long as that family blood flows through your veins, you can still live a life that ordinary people could never dream of. That is just how cruel reality is. Of course, that is only for the common folk. Zhang Hao drove Zhang Ling around the city center. After driving for nearly an hour, finally, he parked the car outside a quiet alleyway. My friend is almost here. Let us head in and order first. As the two of them stepped out, a young woman in a kipao greeted them with a warm smile. Welcome, you two. Do you have a reservation? Yes, under Zhang Hao. Zhang Hao stated his name casually. It did not look like his first time here. Right away, young Master Zhang, please, follow me inside. Upon hearing Zhang Hao's name, the woman's eyes lit up, and she quickly led them deep into the alley. Zhang Ling followed silently behind, observing the surroundings from time to time. Honestly, at first, she really thought her unreliable cousin was taking her out for some fast food romance, but as they ventured deeper, she quickly dismissed that thought. Compared to the shabby, run-down exterior of the alley, this place was a hidden gem. After walking up a flight of stone steps, a vintage-style courtyard came into view. At the entrance, 2 rows of elegant ladies in kipaos were bowing to welcome the guests, and the guests themselves looked like the type who are regulars in high society circles. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond. In the center of the courtyard, there was a small square pond, with a few lovely lotus flowers in bloom. 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 Lotus leaves were scattered quietly among them. The pond was surrounded by flower beds, filled with all sorts of exotic plants. Every now and then, a gentle breeze would blow, stirring up a faint scent of soil, mixed with the fragrance of fresh grass. The courtyard was not particularly large, with 1 room in each of the 4 cardinal directions, and each room had its own private kitchen. In other words, every private dining room here had a kitchen dedicated solely to it. While this definitely drives up the costs, it certainly speeds up the service and ensures top-notch quality control for every dish. See, a quiet atmosphere, a secluded spot, top-tier service. Wow, calling this place a top-tier club is an understatement. It is more like a hidden paradise. The woman in the cheongsam leads Zhang Ling straight into a private suite. The level of luxury inside is beyond imagination. Handcrafted rosewood tables and chairs, official kiln porcelain for tea, antique treasures used as mere decor. Even the chandelier on the ceiling is made of pure crystal. This is luxury in its truest form. Before he can even marvel at it, Zhang Ling is guided by a waitress to his seat, all to ensure a premium, one-on-one service experience. Here, every guest is provided with a dedicated attendant, meaning a server exclusively for you. Young master, please enjoy your tea. The waitress in the cheongsam serves a cup of steaming hot tea. Thanks. Just as Zhang Ling reaches for the cup, she pulls it back. Then, she quietly says, "Young master, let me feed you." Zhang Ling is stunned. Isn't this service a bit too extra? Haha, cousin, do not be uptight. It is their signature service. Zhang Hao knows that his cousin has been raised strictly as the family heir since childhood. He probably has not been to places like this often, so he quickly offers a well-meaning reminder. Zhang Ling pauses for a moment. He thinks, it is no big deal. It is not like she is feeding me mouth to mouth. Fine, go ahead. How? Watching this, Zhang Hao chuckles. He turns and gives the woman a look. She understands immediately. Holding the tea, she carefully walks up to Zhang Hao. What happens next leaves Zhang Ling dumbfounded. The waitress parts her lips, gently takes the rim of the cup, and slowly leans toward Zhang Hao's mouth. That is wild. Zhang Ling can't watch anymore, nor could he ever do that. In the end, he just lets the server hold the tea, while he takes a sip himself, just to get it over with. Zhang Hao sees his resistance, and does not push it. After all, keeping his cousin happy is the priority. After finishing the tea, they start ordering. Zhang Ling is not picky about food. No matter what Zhang Hao asks, he only has 2 words: whatever, or anything works. Meanwhile, he calls the hotel manager to ask, were Wang Yifan and his group arrested by the police last night? The manager only says 4 words: they have been detained. He gets a definitive answer. Zhang Ling immediately opens TikTok. He searches for the latest news on Wang Yifan. Soon, a debunking post published early this morning instantly catches her attention. It was posted by his studio assistant. The official damage control is quite effective. A classic bait and switch. Zhang Ling narrows her eyes. Her voice is low and cold. At the same time, she puts herself in their shoes. If she were just an ordinary person, how would she cope? This is like facing the crushing weight of public opinion and cyberbullying. Ronnie Canty. This is like facing the crushing weight of public opinion and cyberbullying. Ronnie Canty. Ronnie Canty. The answer is unsolvable. Official rumor mongering. Ronnie Canty. It just proves the other party has capital behind them. They have bribed some official to act as their personal shield. And this widespread online bullying is just them creating hype to send to themselves. Money and power combined. They want to crush an ordinary person, even to the point of treating them like a simple ant. Their best outcome is depression and suicide. Bad luck. And they still drag their family down with them, to the point where a family is torn apart overnight. But fortunately, he also has the combined force of money and power, and is far more formidable than the other party. Since you guys made the first move, do not blame me for striking first. Zhang Ling took a sip of his tea. A hint of confidence flashed across his clear, handsome face. Although Zhang Hao was ordering food, he was still, at all times, paying attention to his cousin's expressions. Years of experience in the entertainment industry told him, the entertainment industry and the internet are about to be shaken, because the young master is truly furious. Chapter 14. White flowers falling like snow. Cousin Zhang Ling suddenly spoke up. Zhang Hao jumped. Ah, what is it? Cousin, do you have any friends in the legal profession? Zhang Ling asked seriously. Upon hearing this, Zhang Hao paused for a moment. They are trying to target a government official, but he quickly recovered. Today, this meal, the person making it, is not he a lawyer? He is quite awkward. Cousin, you came for dinner today. That person is a lawyer. Wait for him to arrive, then go find him directly. Thank you, cousin. Zhang Ling smiled faintly. His brows relaxed a little. He had already planned it out. First, he would clear his own name. His personal information was leaked. For him, it was truly too damaging. Fortunately, the Chen family's daughters have not kept any photos of themselves for years. Now, those people online do not even know what they look like. It is a big problem even to leave the house. As long as the rumors are cleared, everything else will be fine. The online bullies and rumor mongers, Chen Jiaxi and Li Shui, and Wang Yifan, along with his financial backers, they will soon be settled by her Qing Su. At this moment, the door to the private room was suddenly pushed open. Zhang Hao's eyes lit up. You are finally here, you pure white angel. Haha, old Zhang, you little rascal, always sneaking around. Just order your food first. A man in a suit, wearing gold-rimmed glasses, walked in. He entered the room with a chuckle. Behind him followed a stunningly beautiful woman. Her clear eyes, and a face like a ripe peach. Rong Yan called her beautiful and flawless. Her aura was cool and aloof. She exuded an icy, unapproachable aura. Zhang Lin looked at the newcomers. He had a vague sense of familiarity. The next second, he remembered. Isn't this from his university? White flowers falling like snow. Speaking of which, he and the other party actually had an encounter. I still remember that summer evening. Chen Jiayi, Li Shui, and a few others were playing truth or dare on the field. Turns out, those 2 girls had no sense of fair play. They ganged up on me, mostly because they saw right through me. Maybe they were just desperate and spiteful. Li Shui suddenly blurted out, we are just testing your love for Jiayi. To love someone is to be tolerant. You could have just looked the other way and taken the penalty. Why did you have to call us out? It just proves how petty you are. A man with no vision whatsoever, taking a game with girls so seriously. Do you even know what unconditional love means? Facing this barrage of nonsense, my predecessor had no way to fight back. In the end, he just had to take the hit and accept the penalty. And then, the most ridiculous part happened. His compliance did not make them back off. Instead, it just made them even more brazen. After the two of them whispered, they decided on a new penalty, running laps, 20 full laps around a 400-meter track. And they even said, this is to test your love for Lu Jiayi, and to build your willpower. And the idiot actually did it. Amidst the unmasked mockery of those two girls, he ran lap after lap around the field. This time, it nearly ran him into the ground. 20 full laps, 8 kilometers, nearly an hour of long-distance running, without a single minute of rest, all to prove that so-called test of love. By the time he finished, blacking out from exhaustion, those two girls had long since vanished without a trace. Before he could even catch his breath, his legs gave out, and he collapsed directly onto the still warm rubber track. Extreme thirst and dizziness flooded his mind. Just then, a bottle of water was held out in front of him. It was a pair of fair, delicate hands, and the owner of those hands was none other than the school's famous ice queen, Bai Luoxue. Water from the school beauty. Anyone else would have snatched it up to drink, but my predecessor was clearly not playing with a full deck. He was afraid that taking her water would make Chen Jiayi jealous, so he rejected her kindness, and he even thought he was being so deeply devoted. Little did he know, in everyone else's eyes, he was nothing more than a pathetic simp. Then, the next day, Li Shui posted on social media a video of him running around the field, with the caption, "Lost the dare, running faster than a dog." Damn, that is truly humiliating, especially since the memories and emotions of the predecessor meant that when I first transmigrated here, I was influenced by them, still harboring a shred of feeling for Chen Jiayi, but our personalities are fundamentally different. I am no simp. Chen Jiayi's repeated antics have finally shattered the last bit of sentiment left behind by my predecessor. Now, Zhang Ling, when recalling those memories as if they were my own, has only one thought: revenge. A ruthless revenge. I gave you a way out, but you did not just refuse to take it, you even spread rumors to bite back at me. Then let us see how this plays out. Let us see who gets the last laugh. I, Zhang Ling, have never been a saint. Oh, look who is here. Luo Shui is here too. Zhang Hao's voice pulled me back from my thoughts. Hello, brother Zhang Hao. Bai Luo Shui greeted him very politely. At the same time, his eyes also noticed Zhang Ling. He remembered that guy running laps around the track, almost getting heat stroke. He would offered water and help, but the guy had flat out refused. Because, from childhood to adulthood, Zhang Ling was the first guy to ever reject him. So, his impression of Zhang Ling was incredibly deep. Out of curiosity, even, he later subtly inquired about him, about his past. Only then did he find out Zhang Ling had lost a big bet. He ran 20 laps around the track to prove his love for his girlfriend. And the reason he refused him was also quite peculiar. He was afraid his girlfriend would misunderstand. Quite the romantic, actually. Too bad he put his faith in the wrong person. This was Bai Luozu's assessment of Zhang Ling. Seeing Bai Luozu's somewhat dazed gaze, Zhang Ling knew she must have recognized him, so he simply stood up and greeted her. Bai Luoxue, do not tell me you are still holding a grudge. As soon as these words came out, they instantly caught the attention of Zhang Hao and Bai Jia. Xiao Shui, is this your classmate? Cousin, you know Luo Shui. Bai Luoxue snapped back to reality. It was almost as if she and Zhang Ling had been born at the same time. Just a chance encounter, that is all. The two fell silent. The atmosphere gradually became a bit awkward. Zhang Ling glanced at his cousin's ambiguous gaze. He quickly interjected, "Oh, right, I forgot to thank you last time. I am really sorry." "It is nothing. Helping each other is what classmates should do." Bai Ruoshui lowered her head. She looked a bit shy, a stark contrast to her usual cold demeanor. Suddenly, Bai Jia belatedly realized something. Just now, Zhang Hao called the other party Kusan. This handsome young man in front of him, could he also be from the Zhang family? One must know, the Zhang family is the head of the three great aristocratic families in the capital. Their power is immense, and the current head of their old Bai family, which is his father, is currently the deputy prosecutor general of the highest procuratorate in the capital, a high-ranking official. Even after seeing the older generation of the Zhang family, he would respectfully address them as leader. Zhang Hao, however, because they were roommates during university, and they were in the same dorm. That is how the two gradually became close friends. If it were anyone else, normally, he would probably only be able to be the other party's little follower. If this young man in front of him is also from the younger generation of the Zhang family, and also knows his sister, then for his Bai family, it would undoubtedly be a stroke of luck. Trying hard to calm his excited heart, Bai Jia pursed his lips. He tentatively asked Zhang Hao, "Old Zhang, this young man looks quite talented. Aren't you going to introduce him?" Hearing this, Bai Luoxue looked up with a curious expression. Her beautiful eyes also fell on Zhang Ling's handsome face. If he remembered correctly, the other party seemed to be called Zhang Ling. Chapter 15. The Crown Prince of the Imperial Capital. Oh, my memory. I almost forgot to introduce him. Zhang Hao slapped his head hard. His expression was a mix of amusement and exasperation. He quickly introduced to everyone. "This is young Master Bai from the Bai family in the capital. And my good brother, Bai Jia. This is his sister, Bai Ruoshui. All right, then, cousin, I will introduce myself." Suddenly, a single voice drew everyone's attention in the room. A voice that commanded the spotlight. A single voice drew everyone's attention in the room, including the waiters standing by. Zhang Ling slowly stood up. He picked up a cup of tea. A gentle and humble smile played on his face. "I am Zhang Ling. Zhang Hao is my cousin." As soon as he finished speaking, all the waiters stared in shock. So he is a young master of the Zhang family. Although Lu Ruyan was surprised, she had already guessed it in her heart, so she did not show much of a reaction. Link. Post the link quickly. Any discounts? What about Bai Jia? What about Bai Jia? I am following Bai Jia, host. I am following Bai Jia too, host. I am following Bai Jia too. I am following Bai Jia too. I am following Bai Jia too. After all, as Zhang Hao's bros, I am following too. As Zhang Hao's bros, I am following too. As Zhang Hao's bros. Following, definitely following. As Zhang Hao's bros. As Zhang Hao's bros. As Zhang Hao's bros. Are you done yet? Done. As Zhang Hao's bros. He certainly would not lose his cool over such a small scene. He just smiled and raised his teacup, clinking it gently against Zhang Ling's. So the little brother is also a young master of the Zhang family. In the future, when Ruyan is alone at school, please take good care of her, young Master Zhang. From the moment Zhang Ling stated his name, he had already assumed the other party was just some minor young master of the Zhang family. As for the direct line, it is impossible. There is only one heir to the Zhang family. That one person has never appeared in public before. You are too polite, brother. You and my cousin are like brothers. Calling me young Master Zhang feels a bit distant. Besides, Bai Shuohua helped me at school before. If she ever runs into any trouble, I certainly won't just sit by and watch. Zhang Ling took a light sip of tea and sat back down in his seat. Having received the other party's assurance, Bai Jia smiled even more happily. At the same time, he turned his gaze to his precious sister. Xiao Shui, are not you and brother Zhang Ling acquainted? You university students have so much free time. You can go out for a stroll, or go watch a movie. Look, Haozi and I have been best buddies for years. Family does not harm family. Besides, young brother Zhang looks like a true gentleman. You do not need to worry about meeting a jerk. Young people should get out more. As soon as he said this, Bai Luozu's little face flushed red instantly. Brother, he has a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. It is fine. You guys can just be like siblings. Just like Haozi and me. Bai Luoxue. Wait a second. Zhang Ling suddenly spoke up. What is it, little brother Zhang? Bai Jia asked, looking puzzled. Hey, allow me to clarify something. Zhang Ling cleared his throat, his expression becoming increasingly serious. I do not have a girlfriend. The one the campus belle knew before is now my ex-girlfriend. Or rather, to be precise, I was dumped. As soon as he said this, everyone's expressions became quite spectacular. The ex-girlfriend just got dumped. That was cold. Bai's face stiffened instantly. She was thinking about what she had just said. It had not even been 2 minutes. Is it too late to take it back now? Even though he is a Zhang by name, he is just a side branch heir like Zhang Hao. but she could not be careless about her sister's lifelong happiness. If her old man ever found out that she would sold her sister off to some deadbeat, she would probably have to start her life over from scratch. Beside her, Bai Luoshui frowned, lost in thought. In her eyes, the guy in front of her was famous at school for being a hopeless romantic. Breaking up and dumping a girlfriend was completely out of character for him. Noticing the eerie silence in the air, Zhang Hao took the initiative to break the tension. Honestly, Luoshui and my cousin actually have quite a connection. What kind of connection? Bai Jia asked, frowning. Bai Luoshui beside him tilted her head too, curious to hear what he had to say. Zhang Ling was also a bit confused. In his memories, he had always lived in the big compound as a kid. No playmates in his childhood. The only ones who kept him company were various uncles in military uniforms. That was just how it was, which led to his emotional void in his past life. He should not have any childhood sweethearts, right? Are you sure you want to hear this? Zhang Hao wore a meaningful smile. His eyes locked onto Bai Jia. Seeing his good brother make that face, Bai Jia felt a sudden thud in his heart, a vague sense of unease. Without waiting for Bai Jia to reply, Zhang Hao waved his hand, dismissing all the waiters in the room. Cousin, you. Zhang Ling felt a bit helpless. Seeing this move, he had already vaguely guessed what was about to happen. All right, cousin, do not say another word. Cousin, I am not saying another word to you. Cousin, I am not saying another word to you. Cousin, I am not saying another word to you. Old Bai and Luoshui here. Old Bai and Luoshui here. They will probably mistake you for some playboy, Zhang Hao said with a serious face. How could I? Zhang Ling could not help but laugh. Bai Luoshui suddenly spoke up for Zhang Ling. Actually, Zhang Ling is famous in our school for being, well, devoted, so I think he might have his own reasons. You really get me, Campus Belle. Hearing this, Zhang Ling had to admit he was actually a little touched. It was the first time a girl had stood up for him. All right, I won't keep you in suspense anymore. Zhang Hao spoke up suddenly, grabbing everyone's attention. Let us hear it then. How exactly are my sister and young Master Zhang connected? Driven by curiosity, Bai Jia could not help but ask again. Anyway, Zhang Hao would not hurt him. What is the harm in listening? The sky won't fall just because we listen, right? Bai Ruoshui also pricked up her ears, deeply puzzled about what connection she had with Zhang Ling. Where the sunlight converged, Zhang Hao picked up his tea and took a sip, then smacked his lips. Only then did he lean in with a solemn face, looking like he was about to say something mystical. Actually, back when my cousin was just born, your old man personally carried Ruoshui over to our place to arrange a marriage. Too bad there were just too many people in line back then. Before he could even get through the door, my cousin had already sent them all packing. Would you call that fate? What? Two voices filled with shock rang out simultaneously. It was Bai Jia and Bai Ruoshui who had just discovered their master's identity. Bai Jia hurriedly grabbed her tea and took a massive gulp. Only after her heart rate settled down a bit did she stammer out, Nana. So, this Zhang Ling, this young brother, as far as he knew, all these years, he was the only one who had been pursued by countless families since the day he was born. But what neither he nor Bai Ruoshui knew was, even his own old man had tried to propose a marriage alliance, and he did not even make it past the front door. Zhang Hao had already guessed what they were thinking. He decided to just lay it all out on the table. Let me formally introduce him. The person you see before you is my cousin, the legendary embodiment of the alliance between the Zhang family of the capital and the Lin Financial Group, the ultimate power, the first-in-line heir to $1 trillion fortune, the true prince of the capital, Zhang Ling. Haha, it is all just empty titles. Brother Bai and Miss Bai, do not mind it, Zhang Ling added, sounding completely matter-of-fact. A thunderclap exploded in their minds, stunning Bai Jia and Bai Ruoshui so hard that their heads were spinning, going completely blank in an instant. Everything felt like a dream. Who would ever believe that the legendary prince of the Zhang family was sitting right in front of them? Chapter 16. Death is not that hard. Zhang Ling. Zhang Ling. Bai Jia stood there, completely stunned and wide-eyed, muttering the name Zhang Ling under her breath. Very quickly, she realized that the name Zhang Ling was just a combination of the Zhang and Lin family names. So that was it. Compared to Bai Jia's shock, Bai Ruozu's reaction was a full-blown existential crisis. Yes, a total existential crisis. Bai Jia and Zhong Ling were meeting for the first time, but he was not. Back in school, he had even crossed paths with Zhong Ling. He had heard plenty of stories about Zhong Ling too. It was really hard to connect that lovesick fool at school, with the prince of the Zhong family sitting right in front of him. Fine. Do people in high positions all have some kind of psychological quirk, getting tired of being fawned over, so they start fawning over others instead? Bai Ruoshui shook his head with a bitter smile. These thoughts were just too absurd. Even he found them ridiculous. All right, stop staring blankly. I am sure the food is ready by now. Zhang Hao looked calm on the surface, but he was actually thrilled inside. Having the prince of the capital as my cousin, honestly, it is pretty cool. Hey, we are all friends here now. No need to be so surprised. Let us just eat first. Zhang Lin was born, pulling their thoughts back to reality. Zhang Hao clapped his hands loudly to the side. Clap, clap, clap. The door to the private room opened. Waiters dressed in traditional cheongsams, carrying various dishes, walked in one after another. While the food was being served, Bai Jia and Bai Ruoshui remained silent. It was not that they did not dare to speak, it was just that they did not know what to say. That is the downside of having such a massive status gap. The atmosphere at the dining table grew even quieter. Zhang Hao stepped up once again, acting as the mood maker. Luoshui, when does your semester start? Oh, we start at the end of the month. Bai Luoshui replied in a very soft voice. Since both you and Zhong Ling are at Magic City University, you can go together when school starts. Right, old Bai, Zhang Hao said, shooting a look at Bai Jia. The look seemed to say, brother, I can only help you this much. Seize the chance. Oh, right, we can go together, definitely. Bai Jia hurriedly forced a smile and chimed in. Zhong Ling watched the two of them singing in harmony with a speechless expression, thinking to himself, how could they be so pushy? They had not even asked for the person's opinion yet, and they were already making plans. I do not have a problem with that. I just do not know if Zhong Ling has the time. At this moment, Bai Ruoshui spoke up. She looked at Zhong Ling with her beautiful eyes blinking, seemingly asking for his thoughts. Zhong Ling was taken aback. He was quite surprised. As far as he knew, this cold campus beauty was famous for being aloof. She never made friends with the opposite sex, and her only best friend was her roommate. But what was the meaning of this situation right now? Had he become the number one exception? As the saying goes, the early bird gets the worm, especially since she is the cold campus beauty admired by countless boys. After a brief moment of thought, Zhong Ling did not say a word and took out his phone. However, his expression remained as calm and indifferent as ever. Sure, I have the time. It will be nice to have company on the way. Let us exchange contact info. Sure. Bai Luoshui quickly took out her phone as well, and exchanged contact information with Zhong Ling. Successfully added the campus beauty's contact. Zhong Ling did not feel particularly excited or happy, but rather a bit reflective. So, the cold campus beauty is not as cold as the rumors say. Of course, there are still certain prerequisites. For instance, you need to have a pretty impressive background and status. But then again, Bai Luoshui is indeed stunningly beautiful. All right, everyone, let us eat. Cousin, this is your and Luozu's first time here. I do not know if I have told you, but the food here is the best in the capital. Dig in before it gets cold. Sure. Everyone responded and began to enjoy the meal, perhaps because the food here was indeed delicious. In less than half an hour, the dishes on the table were wiped out, clean as a whistle. Zhang Hao leaned back in his chair, looking satisfied. He patted his slightly bulging stomach and let out a burp. After doing all that, he pretended to mention it casually. Cousin, I heard you are about to file a lawsuit, right? Is it about your ex-girlfriend? Old Bai is a top-tier lawyer. You can consult him if you have any legal issues. As soon as he said that, Ziji instantly perked up. He immediately said, little brother Zhong, tell me about it. Maybe I can help. But he quickly realized something. What is the other person's status? Does a dignified young master really need his help with their legal team? I suppose it is those who make the laws in Waguo, right? Before he could continue, Zhong Ling set down his chopsticks. Bai Luoshui, who had been dabbing the corners of her mouth with a napkin, curled her lips in a mocking sneer. That is indeed the case. I am sure the campus beauty has heard all about my history back at school, as well as my ex-girlfriend and her damn best friend. When he mentioned his ex and her best friend, Zhang Ling's tone turned icy cold. The temperature in the air plummeted instantly. Bai Luoxue was startled, her hands trembling slightly, and the napkin dropped to the floor. The hearts of Bai Jia and Zhang Hao leapt into their throats at that very moment. The expression on Zhang Ling's face was cold and detached, radiating an intimidating aura from head to toe. Gone was the gentle, sunny boy from before. I have only heard some rumors. I do not know the specifics. Bai Luoxue explained with a trembling voice. Calm down, Zhang Ling. Bai Jia swallowed hard, standing up to mediate. Suddenly, Zhang Ling let out a self-deprecating laugh, a flash of pain hidden deep in his eyes. This subtle moment was caught only by Bai Luoxue. Haha, honestly, you might not believe it, but I spent over a year doing the stupidest thing in my life. She wanted a wedding dress. I thought it would be our first wedding dress, so I had to show my sincerity. I worked through the scorching summer heat, toiling for 2 whole months, just to buy it for her. You could say, every single thread of that dress was paid for with my blood and sweat. And what happened? She turned around and gave it to her so-called idol to confess her love. Hey, what kind of sacred, pure love is that? No matter how beautiful or expensive the dress, it was nothing more than a skirt. For her to please her idol, it was just me being a fool. Zhang Ling paused for a moment, a glint of murderous intent flashing in the sunlight, and her best friend, Li Shui, not only freeloaded off me every single day, but constantly humiliated me under the guise of just joking, all to satisfy her own vanity. For an entire year, whenever things did not go their way, they would label me as insincere in our relationship. They would label me as insincere in our relationship. They would label me as insincere in our relationship. They would label me as insincere in our relationship. They would label me as insincere in our relationship. They questioned my attitude and called me a scumbag. Yet they never once reflected on themselves, always just taking, and taking. And now, they have teamed up with their little idol to cyberbully me. I hate him, and I have had enough of this life. I spoiled her too much, which only made her feel that everything I did was just expected of me. Little did she know, all of that was only because I was her boyfriend. Zhang Ling lowered his head as he spoke. After a moment of silence, he suddenly looked up, staring straight at Bai Jia. Brother Bai, if someone slanders you, spreads rumors, and misappropriates your property, how long should they be sentenced? That depends on the amount involved. Only a significant amount would lead to a criminal sentence. Bai Jia frowned and replied, diamond rings at 1.88 million each. Are 2 of them not considered a massive sum? As Zhang Ling's puzzled voice echoed, everyone present froze in their tracks. 1.88 million per ring. And there are 2 of them. Damn, that is way too rich. Bai Jia wiped the cold sweat from his forehead, his lips trembling slightly. That is already considered a massive, astronomical sum. But the penalty for defamation is quite light. Even with multiple charges combined, the maximum sentence is probably just 10 years. As if suddenly remembering something, Bai Jia added with a strange look on his face, but that is only for the average person. If you are the victim, a death sentence is actually not that hard to pull off. The air fell into a deathly silence once more. Zhang Ling could even clearly feel that after the other party finished that sentence, the waitress beside him shuddered. Chapter 17. Agreement reached. The meddlesome Uncle Fu. A death sentence is not hard. Zhang Ling fell silent. For those 2, is not a death sentence way too lenient? Just thinking about those insults online, he wished he could tear those 2 to pieces. But anyone with eyes could see that this was definitely a publicity stunt, and he was just the sacrificial lamb in this game. In all fairness, this past year, I have never once shortchanged the Chen family, and now, he actually wants to help that so-called idol use me as a stepping stone. If I were just an ordinary person, facing such terrifying cyberbullying, the end result would surely be total ruin. And them, they get both fame and fortune. Hey, they really did not consider the consequences at all, did they? Zhang Ling gave a cold laugh, stating his intentions directly to everyone. Brother Bai, I hope you can act as my legal counsel and handle this case for me. Name your price. However, my condition is that I want them both to meet a crystal clear end. Upon hearing this, Bai Jia's breath hitched sharply, even doubting if he had misheard. The other party wants me to be his lawyer, and I can name my own price. In this instant, he felt like he had just been hit by a pie falling from the sky. A lawsuit for the young master of the capital. Is not this basically a guaranteed win? And that price is not just about money. It is a favor. A favor from the Zhang family's young master. With just this one favor, the Bai family's rise to success is just around the corner. As for the part about making them meet a clear end, he did not care anymore. Because in his mind, as long as Zhang Ling has spoken, those two might as well have already been sentenced to death. It is just a matter of time before the execution. Don't worry, brother Zhang. I guarantee I will handle this beautifully for you. Good, since that is the case, I will leave it to you, brother Bai. By the way, cousin Zhang. Ling smiled faintly, turning his gaze toward Zhang Hao. What is it, cousin? You said, cousin. You said, cousin. I will definitely help you arrange everything perfectly. Ronnie Kanti. Zhang Hao noticed he was mentioned. Ronnie. Zhang Hao noticed he was mentioned. Without caring what the other side wanted, he patted his chest directly. It is nothing. I just want to thank you for recommending me to Brother Bai. Also, you might be quite busy for a while. Don't forget to get some good rest these few days. Zhang Hao caught the subtext in Zhang Ling's words. He quickly stood up and promised excitedly. Don't worry, cousin. I am not afraid of being busy at all. I enjoy burning through my youth like this. The process of letting myself shine and glow. If there is any tough work, please leave it to me. Haha, you little rascal. I can hear your schemes. All the way from here. Bai Jia could not listen anymore. She pointed at him and teased with a laugh. Even Bai Ruoshui could not help but cover her mouth and giggle, seeing the atmosphere at the table getting livelier. Zhang Ling felt a bit hungry, so he waved his hand grandly, ordering the waiter to bring another round of dishes, and declared that he would cover the bill for today. Money and power were the last things Zhang Ling lacked. After finishing the meal in the afternoon, Zhang Ling was driven home by Zhang Hao. By home, it actually meant a property under Zhang Ling's name, a detached villa located in the suburbs. Zhang Ling still vaguely remembers that this was a Children's Day gift from his grandfather. Anyway, that is a long story. He mainly just likes this kind of quiet environment, which is why he came here to stay for a few days. Wow, cousin, this villa of yours is truly impressive. I feel like I am getting jealous again. As soon as Zhang Hao got out of the car, he was captivated by the villa before him. A 3-story detached villa, with a fenced courtyard surrounding it. Several gardeners were meticulously pruning the plants inside. Plus, being located in the suburbs, with the heavy mist and the occasional birdsong, it gave people a sense of a hidden paradise. Just then, the gate opened. An old man wearing a butler's uniform walked out. The moment he saw who had arrived, the old man was stunned. Young master, is it really you? Why did not you let me know you were coming back? I would have gone to pick you up. Haha, it is all right. Fu Bo, did not my cousin just drop me off? Zhang Ling smiled and patted Fu Bo's shoulder. His attitude was gentle, without a hint of arrogance. This old man before him had been by his side since Zhang Ling could remember. Every day, it was either, young master is hungry, or, young master is thirsty. Plus, since he had no children of his own, he treated Zhang Ling like his own grandson. The relationship between the two was like grandfather and grandson. They had a deep bond. Zhang Ling's deepest memory was when he was a child living in the main estate. Whenever he wanted to go out and play, it was this old man who risked being scolded to sneak him out, and then buy him a bunch of his favorite snacks and toys. So, to repay him after growing up, Zhang Ling arranged for him to manage this suburban villa, since he was usually at school. The servants in the villa could take care of his daily needs. Young Master Hao is here too. It was really kind of you to bring young Master Zhang Ling back. He noticed Zhang Hao standing to the side. Fu Bo chuckled and thanked him. Fu Bo, you are too polite. It was just on my way. Zhang Hao gave an awkward smile. In front of this elder from the Zhang family, he dared not put on any airs of a young master. After all, even the current head of the Zhang family, Zhang Lin's grandfather, Zhang Dakui, had to show the old man some respect, let alone him. Cousin, would you like to come in and sit for a while? Zhang Ling plucked a small flower by the fence, and turned back to ask, No, I still have things to do. By the way, cousin, do not forget the task I gave you. Don't worry. After receiving Zhang Ling's confirmation, Zhang Hao drove away with satisfaction. At this moment, Fu Bo asked with concern, Young master, are you hungry? I will tell the kitchen to grill you 2 steaks. Zhang Lin's mouth twitched, and he quickly said, "No, I am not hungry. I just ate. Not hungry at all. Don't worry about it. Fu Bo, are you thirsty? Do you want some fresh juice?" What a familiar scene. Zhang Lin helplessly pushed Fu Bo into the house, saying, "I am not thirsty either. Fu Bo, I have already grown up. I will take good care of myself. I have things to do right now. Why do not you go to the backyard and tend to the vegetable garden? I will come find you when I am done." "But do you want?" Fu Bo was still persistent, but before he could finish his sentence, Zhang Ling was already gone, disappearing around the corner of the stairs. A moment later, an old voice echoed in the villa, "Young master, slow down, do not trip." Chapter 18, Clarification. Back in his room, the first thing Zhang Ling did was close the door, and then lock it. He knew Fu Bo's personality all too well, always worrying about everything. Only by avoiding him could he have some peace. Now I have to step out and clarify things myself. I hope it works. Sitting on the recliner, Zhang Ling turned off airplane mode on his phone and logged into his TikTok account. The private messages were still full of hate, but he had no time to deal with that now. First, post a clarification video. Yeah, just edit the script. Keep it simple. No face reveal. Just a quick explanation. Zhang Ling described his entry into the concert, the incident at the hotel, meeting Chen Jiayi, and what happened between them, giving a rough summary. Then he edited it slightly and posted it. Of course, he chose to omit the part about the twin girls. Although nothing actually happened, it is better to just skip it, to avoid giving those internet trolls more ammo, to make a mountain out of a molehill. Video posted successfully. The next second, the notifications started blowing up. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The phone vibrated incessantly. Zhang Lin quickly composed himself and clicked into the comment section. Is this the main character finally speaking up? 666. You want to break up just because your girlfriend wore a wedding dress to a concert. You are so petty. I have never seen such a narrow-minded man. I remember the girlfriend's best friend leaked that this guy was at a hotel with 2 young girls, caught red-handed. Why so quiet now that it is about her? Typical scumbag. Still playing tough until the end. Just wait until you get doxxed. I will make sure to send a wreath to your place when that happens. Zhang Ling scanned the comments quickly. He spotted the main rhythm of the drama. It all started when the twins broke up with him. Replying to each one is clearly impossible now. So, a live stream response is the only way. And so, Zhang Ling posted a rebuttal on his account, setting the record straight tonight at 8 p.m. As soon as the message went out, the comment section absolutely exploded. No way, you are kidding. This scumbag actually has some guts. After being exposed by the girl and her best friend, he still dares to go live. Probably just trying to shill products in a month. Wang Yifan has already sided with the girl on this. I do not believe there is any plot twist coming. I can testify. I was at that fan meetup too. We all saw it. He took 2 girls into the elevator. Yeah, I can testify too. Wow, I am so jealous. Girls, I signed up for that meetup too. Too bad I was not picked. Aw, do not be sad, sweetie. You will definitely get picked next time. Now, we must speak up for our sister. Cancel the scumbag. Yes, cancel the scumbag. Inside a luxury villa in the city, Chen Jiayi was staring at the video on her phone, dazed. Li Shui, sitting beside her, saw her friend's expression. She could not help but ask, what is wrong? Jiayi, why are not you going to shower yet? Don't keep Yifan waiting. Oh, hold on. I am watching the clarification video Zhang Ling posted. What clarification video? Just then, Wang Yifan, wearing a bathrobe and holding a glass of red wine, strolled over to Chen Jiayi. He looked down. The phone was playing a video containing only text. The content was basically one thing. We broke up due to personality differences, not because of the cheating rumors. It also included the full backstory of the incident. This is from Jiayi's ex-boyfriend, right? Wang Yifan raised an eyebrow. His tone was playful. Yeah. Chen Jiayi nodded. She replied softly, hey, your ex-boyfriend has some guts. Standing in the eye of the storm to clear his name. Who would believe him? But this is actually good. The more chaotic it gets, the more attention we get. That way, we can profit from the fame. So, Yifan, are you still keeping your promise to me? Chen Jiayi looked up cautiously, a glimmer of expectation in her eyes. She had already given her most precious thing to him. Even for the sake of this so-called hype, she had thrown her ex-boyfriend into the whirlpool of cyberbullying. Right now, she did not dare to dream of being his official girlfriend. She only hoped to secure a worry-free future for herself, so she could keep following in his footsteps. Wang Yifan naturally understood what she meant, so he nodded. Of course, once this blows over, I will use my studio's resources to make you an internet celebrity. Getting you into the entertainment industry is not impossible either. Really, what about me? Yifan, Li Shui suddenly leaned in. If Wang Yifan had not dodged in time, he would have been tackled head-on. Hey, as a key witness, you are bound to gain some followers too. Don't worry about it. A flicker of subtle disgust flashed in Wang Yifan's eyes, but since she is the key witness for now, he held his temper. Just then, Chen Jiayi spoke up, but Zhongling is going to livestream his proof tonight. Should we act? I am watching the stream too. Stream. I am watching too. Should we act? I am watching too. Stream. I am watching too. Should we act? I am watching too. Should we act? I am watching too. Should we act? I am watching too. Watching. I am watching too. Should we act? Should we act? We can when the time comes. Can we? Is it over? We can when the time comes. If he livestreams, we livestream too. No matter how big this gets, I am not afraid, because I will be right behind you, your strongest shield. Wang Yifan did not even think before joking about supporting her. The bigger this gets, the more exposure I get. All right, Fan, you are so good to me. Chen Jiayi was deeply moved, rising to hug Wang Yifan tightly. Through her fingertips, one could see that the diamond ring was already gone, because on the night of the proposal, she had already treated the ring as a gift and given it to Wang Yifan. See, if Zhongling knew about this, he would surely sigh, as expected. If a girl really likes you, she will come to you wearing the wedding dress and ring herself. But what is the point of taking the dress and ring I bought? Chapter 19. Live streaming the showdown. 8:00 p.m. Zhongling started his livestream right on time. Countless netizens flooded the room instantly, just to get the freshest tea. Of course, there was no shortage of trolls joining in. Zhongling still did not show his face, instead pointing the camera at the room's decor, and the vast crowd of netizens, upon seeing the luxurious interior, expressed their shock immediately. Holy crap, where is this? See, the decor is so lavish. Is that desk made of real wood? Why are there golden patterns on it? You idiot, that is golden silk nanmu. And that huge chandelier, is not that the crystal lamp from the imperial auction a few years ago? Ladies, this guy lives in such a nice place, yet only bought his girlfriend an 8,000 yuan wedding dress. Confirmed, he is a scumbag. Confirmed. Zhongling, speak up. Aren't you going to prove it yourself? Wang Yifan next door has started his stream too. The witness and the female lead are both there. If you have got guts, start a joint stream. Zhongling looked at the comments, a sense of unspeakable frustration in his heart. Damn it, I moved into this place without breaking a sweat, while I spent 2 months working, just to buy that wedding dress. Are they even the same thing? Don't you like talking about feelings with the rich, and talking about money with the poor? Is my sincerity not enough? Zhongling remained silent for a long time. The trolls in the comments grew even bolder, frenetically hammering their keyboards. Start a joint stream and face him. Scumbag. Start a joint stream and face him. Look, he is chickening out. He is feeling guilty. The scumbag is busted. Zhongling took a deep breath. Just as he was about to speak, a pop-up appeared on his screen. Wang Yifan wants to connect with you. Still got the nerve to show your face, huh? Zhongling frowned and clicked accept. A moment later, a rather pretty boy face appeared on the phone screen. All right, the connection is live. Now, let us have the parties involved. Ms. Chen Jiayi joined the stream with her bestie, Li Shui. Everyone, rest assured, I have already contacted legal counsel. We will definitely get justice for these two ladies. On screen, Wang Yifan offered a gentle smile, his tone radiating immense confidence. The comments below were also perfectly synchronized, all praising Wang Yifan while trashing Zhongling. The praise one, bash the other tactic was used to perfection. Justice, ha. You really have the nerve to talk about justice. With things reaching this point, Zhongling had lost his patience. He retorted, mocking them without mercy. Just then, the voices of Chen Jiayi and Li Shui rang out simultaneously. Zhongling, What right do you have to break up with me? Zhongling, you have not even paid for my phone yet. Zhongling decisively filtered out Li Shui's barking and fired a soul-crushing question at Chen Jiayi. You wore a wedding dress just to chase a celebrity. You wore a wedding dress just to chase a celebrity. You wore a wedding dress just to chase a celebrity. You wore a wedding dress just to chase a celebrity. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. I can't accept that. You also ignored my opinions, so I chose to break up. Any problems with that? And do not try to moral shame me. This is my right. Just like how you wore a wedding dress behind my back. That was your right too. That was a watertight argument. Chen Jiayi was stunned for a moment, at a loss for words. Meanwhile, Li Shui, like a fly buzzing around a pig's head, tried to stir up trouble. Jiayi is doing this for her youth. Can't you be a little more understanding? Why is it that other people's boyfriends can be understanding, but you just can't? Hearing this, Zhongling laughed. He retorted sharply, some people die at 20. Why are not you dead yet? You have no class. Li Shui scolded him angrily. The comments below seemed to find their rhythm, joining in to bash him. No class. Don't you know how to respect women? Zhongling ignored the comments and continued his questioning. Chen Jiayi, you claim I cheated. Where is your proof? Spreading rumors without evidence can lead to legal consequences. My word is the evidence. The fans who attended my fan meeting that day are the evidence. I can stake my reputation on it. We definitely saw you, Zhongling, with those twin sisters, getting all cozy in the hotel and walking into the elevator together. Before Chen Jiayi could speak, Wang Yifan stepped in, his tone sharp, giving the other side no chance to turn the tables. HMPH, is that your evidence? Then I also saw you with a group of female fans, getting cozy at the hotel. Are we finished eating and headed straight to the suite? Should I suspect you all of some group debauchery? Zhongling finished with a sharp jab. He did not forget to add a little extra sting. By the way, I have proof. The hotel surveillance footage and the staff members. They are all the proof I need. As soon as he said that, Wang Yifan on the other side of the screen was stunned. FCK. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui were both dumbfounded. Didn't the hotel say the cameras were broken? But they quickly snapped back to reality, convinced that Zhongling was bluffing. He is definitely bluffing. The hotel already said the cameras were down, and this guy claims he has footage. His story does not even add up. He is just trying to scare us. Once they realized that, Wang Yifan and his crew felt emboldened again. HMPH, all talk and no evidence. I, Wang Yifan, stand tall and righteous. If you are so capable, show us your so-called footage. Right now. Zhongling, do not be ungrateful. It is bad enough you are a total scumbag, but now you are trying to drag Yifan through the mud. Watch your mouth, or I will sue you for slander. Zhongling, I never thought you were this kind of person. You did something shameful, and now that you can't hide it anymore, you are trying to shift the blame onto others. Being with you was the worst decision I ever made. Like a stone thrown into a pond, it caused a massive ripple. The trio's words acted like a weather vane, instantly giving the trolls a target to vent their rage. The comment section was flooded with insults in an instant. Some even offered a bounty for Zhongling's address, demanding to hunt him down in real life. Facing such blatant threats, Zhongling did not flinch. Everything happening now was just part of his plan. When he saw the comments under his clear-cut video, he no longer had any desire to prove his innocence, because these people would not listen to his explanation anyway. They are such hypocrites. Everyone has a mouth to talk, but it is a shame they just refuse to believe you. What can you do? HMPH. I can't show the footage right now, but if you really want it, I can satisfy your curiosity. Zhongling looked at the comments, a faint, mocking smirk playing on his lips. He then posted the address of his villa directly into the live stream and dared everyone to come and see him. He is crazy. He is absolutely insane. The trolls in the livestream had never been disrespected like this. They were all shouting that they were heading out right now, telling Zhongling to stay put at home and not go anywhere. As for those brainless fans, they latched onto his inability to produce the footage and started a vicious attack. If you can't show the footage, you have no proof. Spreading rumors will have legal consequences. Haha, all you can do is demand proof, but you can't produce a single thing. You have really hit rock bottom at this point. Still acting tough. You total scumbag. Don't run. I live in the capital too. I am calling a cab to come monitor you right now. Sisters, let us charge together. That address can't be real, right? His moral standards are so low. Posting a fake address is not impossible. Fine, the address is real. If I run, I am a dog. If you guys do not show up, then there is nothing more to say to you. Welcome, everyone. Zhongling had completely lost his patience. After one last jab, he abruptly cut the stream. The screen went black. Wang Yifan also disconnected from the call. But that remark about the surveillance footage not being available, they remembered it all too clearly. See that, Jia Yi? That guy is just all bark and no bite. Wang Yifan chuckled, pulling Chen Jiayi closer. He wore a look of absolute confidence. Li Shui felt a pang of jealousy. She could only sourly chime in from the side, trying to grab his attention. Yifan, the momentum is huge right now. Why do not we just publicly declare war on that jerk? That way, we could boost the hype even further, could not we? When Wang Yifan heard this, his eyes lit up instantly. That is a great idea. Shui, standing up for the victim, calling out a scumbag. It might even catch the attention of the authorities. I will paint myself as the champion of justice. Let us do it. I will have my studio posted on Weibo right now. Chapter 20. The Calm Before the Storm. After the stream ended, Zhongling pulled out his phone immediately. He made 3 calls in quick succession. Hey, Dad. Someone is spreading rumors that I am a scumbag, and they are cyberbullying me. What? As if I was a scumbag to begin with. Are you kidding me? I am clearly such a devoted guy. If you keep saying that, I am going to get depressed. Now they are coming to my villa in the suburbs to finish me off. Are you going to handle it or not? Whatever. Fine. I guess it is just another mess from your Zhong family. See how you explain this to Grandpa and Grandpa-in-law later. Zhongling finished speaking at lightning speed, not waiting for the other side to respond, and hung up. Then, the second call. Grandpa, I am being exposed online. If you do not believe me, just search my name. Believe me now. Thanks, Grandpa. The final call was to Zhong Hao. Hey, cousin. Remember what we talked about earlier today? Yeah, right. The plan has changed. I am going to need your help tonight. I will send a message to the old man in a bit. I will make sure those guys approve it for you by tomorrow. Yeah, good. The evidence is the surveillance footage. I will have the manager of the Tai Tai Cheng International Hotel send it to you. Good luck with your promotion. Zhongling hung up. Zhongling let out a long, relieved sigh. He looked up, his gaze lingering on the opulent crystal chandelier. Who knows what he was thinking? A moment later, a cold, icy glint flashed in his eyes. Hey, Wang Yifan, Chen Jiayi, Li Shui, and all you keyboard warriors, enjoy the calm before the storm while you can. Meanwhile, above the suburbs of the capital, the roar of high-speed rotors shattered the silence of the night. Several military attack helicopters raced across the horizon at extreme speed. Many night owls living in the suburbs were drawn by the sudden commotion. One by one, they walked to their windows to check, wondering what on earth was happening. On the ground, fully armed police officers have completely surrounded the villa. Any passing vehicles or pedestrians are all being stopped for inspection. This includes those who have just arrived on the scene. A black Cadillac pulls up. Inside, Lin Tong is with her boyfriend, Li Dao. She is complaining about a man who has nothing to do with them. Honey, how can such a scumbag exist in this world? He is the one who cheated first, yet he blames others. A girl wearing a wedding dress to a concert. Is a wedding dress really that important? Being so stingy with his own girlfriend. No wonder he can only afford to live in the suburbs. HMPH. I bet that Zhongling is destined to be a loser for life. I absolutely despise this kind of trashy man. When we get there, you must teach him a lesson. Facing the non-stop chatter of Lin Tong in the passenger seat, her boyfriend Li Dao does not say a word. Instead, he stares ahead with a solemn expression, his brows tightly furrowed. Honey, Li Dao. Did you hear what I said? Lin Tong thinks he is ignoring her, and is about to lose her temper. Just then, the car screeches to a halt at the intersection. Several fully armed police officers appear right by the car window, step out for a routine check. The lead officer commands with a stern face. Lin Tong and Li Dao are stunned, but facing the cold barrels of the guns, they have no choice but to step out and comply. Officer, we are both law-abiding citizens. Look, the door is open. Li Dao steps out with a forced smile, holding a pack of cigarettes. He walks out from the driver's seat. That is right. We are both law-abiding citizens. Lin Tong chimes in from the side. ID and driver's license. The officer ignores their chatter, and with a straight face, begins the standard document check. The other officers nearby begin searching the trunk and the interior of the car. Faced with this professional attitude, Li Dao's hand holding the cigarettes freezes in mid-air, seeing him hesitate for too long. One officer raises his hand, the threat of the gun barrel becoming very clear. All right, right away, right away, right away, right away. Is there a discount? Right away, any deals? What? Broadcast, I am following too. The man smiles gently. Host, I am following too. The man smiles gently. Host, I am following too. Broadcast, I am following too. The man smiles gently. I am following too. The man smiles gently. I am following too. The man smiles gently. I am following too. I am following too. The man smiles gently. The man smiles gently. He puts the cigarettes back in his pocket. He puts the cigarettes back in his pocket. Are you done? He puts the cigarettes back. Are you done? He puts the cigarettes back in his pocket. He puts the cigarettes back in his pocket. He reaches out and pulls out his documents. The officer takes the documents and checks them carefully, finding no issues. His expression softens slightly. However, he still asks a follow-up question. Where are you planning to drive to? Lin Tong and Li Dao instinctively exchange glances. They can't exactly say they are going to stalk someone, can they? After a brief silence, Li Dao finally gives an answer. A relative of ours passed away, so we are heading back to our hometown for the funeral. Yes, officer. The officer nods, ready to let them go. Suddenly, a police officer's voice rang out from the trunk. Chief, there are baseball bats in the trunk, and collapsible batons. Clack clack. The sound of guns being readied echoed in unison. The chief's gaze darkened. His tone carried a hint of mockery. Your family's funeral customs are quite unique, are not they? No, these are just for self-defense in the car. After all, driving through the suburbs at night, it is dark and deserted. Li Dao forced a smile that looked worse than crying, explaining, do you recognize this person? The chief said, pulling a photo of a young man from his coat. They recognized him instantly. The person in the photo was none other than Zhongling, the very person they were targeting tonight. A bold thought crossed their minds. Could it be that he is already under police investigation? Is he a wanted man? Before Li Dao could speak, Lin Tong immediately blurted out excitedly, yes, we know him. Isn't that the scumbag Zhongling? Officer, are you guys hunting him down now? I knew a piece of trash like him would eventually face justice. Thank heavens, the authorities have finally had enough of his antics. The chief tilted his head, looking at the woman rambling on in front of him, his expression growing increasingly bizarre. Noticing the chief's look, Li Dao's heart skipped a beat. He hurriedly reached out and patted Ling Tong, signaling her to shut up. Li Dao, why are you hitting me? Feeling the strange sensation on her arm. Not only did Ling Tong fail to react, she turned her head and questioned him instead. Li Dao was instantly speechless. All right, keep talking. I am listening. The chief crossed his arms, looking amused. The surrounding officers heard the noise and all walked over in unison. Surrounding the two of them in the middle, the atmosphere grew somewhat eerie. Ling Tong finally realized something was wrong. Chief, what is this? Just inviting you both back to the station for some tea. The chief waved his hand with a smile. Take them all away. No sooner had he spoken than two pairs of shiny handcuffs were slapped onto the wrists of Ling Tong and Li Dao. Everything happened in the blink of an eye, so fast that it took Ling Tong a long moment to come to her senses. I have been cuffed. No, Chief, did you misunderstand something? No misunderstanding. The evidence is ironclad. You can't take me. I have not broken any laws. You can't arrest me. What you are doing is illegal. I will sue you. Ling Tong was still struggling. Sue me? Save that for when you get out. The chief gave a cold smile, not bothering to pay them any more mind, and climbed into the police car without looking back. The higher-ups had issued a death order. Protect the safety of the young man in the photo at all costs, and leave no potential threat unchecked. If anything actually happened to him, he and his superiors would likely all be finished. No, you can't go against a woman's will. This is against the law. Zhongling is trying to use moral grandstanding to threaten the other party. Ronnie Kanti Zhongling is trying to use moral grandstanding to threaten the other party. Ronnie Kanti, but before he could finish his sentence, his mouth was stuffed with a piece of cloth. Ronnie Kanti, stay still. You are now under suspicion of attempted murder. If you continue to resist, we have the authority to use force against you. The officer pulled out pepper spray with a cold expression. The warning in his tone was crystal clear. The officer's words hit the two of them like a bolt of lightning. Lin Tong and Li Dao were both stunned. Attempted murder is a 10-year sentence minimum. I have not even done anything, nor have I offended any big shots. Wait, no, maybe there is one. As they thought of this, a young man's face appeared in their minds simultaneously. Could it be him? Chapter 21. Emergency meeting. One trouble after another. Late at night, Wang Yifan's studio released an official statement on Weibo, declaring that they would pursue legal action against the false claims Zhongling made during the livestream, and seek justice for the victims of the cheating scandal. Attached below was a picture declaring war. As soon as this statement was released, the whole internet was shaken, and it quickly trended on the hot search list. A massive wave of fans flooded the comment section, starting to stir up trouble. Looks like Yifan is playing for keeps now. Support, support. Now that guy named Zhongling can finally be put away. Congratulations in advance. They are both men. Why is the difference so huge? Look at my Yifan. Gentle and handsome, full of righteousness, daring to fight against evil forces. Now look at that Zhongling guy. Even though there is no photo, I can guess what he is like. He is definitely a sleazy man. He would not even let his girlfriend wear a wedding dress to his concert. Does he really think anyone would want to marry him? Hilarious, and he cheated too. Who knows which blind person went to be his mistress? I agree with the person above. There are too many mediocre men with huge egos these days. They really think the world stops spinning without them. Another mediocre but confident girl. She did not cherish him when she had him, and now she dares to have an opinion. She deserves to be single, waiting for the scumbag to be brought to justice. Just as public opinion was leaning to one side, an emergency meeting was called overnight in the capital. Inside the massive conference room, over 10 cabinet members were whispering to each other. Hey, old Yi, why are we having a meeting so late? Sigh, this was an order from the top, issued at the last minute. Word is, he is presiding over it personally. Didn't you come here the same way? Do you have any insider info? Why call an emergency meeting in the middle of the night? Who knows, maybe something huge happened. All right, everyone quiet down. Let us wait until he arrives to talk. The political arena is just like the underworld. These members have worked together in the cabinet for years. They all know each other well, so small talk is inevitable when they meet. Of course, what they care about most right now is the specific content of today's emergency meeting. Finally, the conference room door was pushed open. Two figures appeared before everyone's eyes simultaneously. The next second, these council members, who usually act like they own the place, suddenly looked like primary schoolers facing their teacher. They all straightened up in unison, their expressions tense as they stared at the entrance, at the figure walking in front. That figure was none other than the second in command of Wagwo, Zhang Tang, the current vice premier of the cabinet. He is also the current head of the Zhang family in the capital, and Zhongling's own father. A late-night meeting. Sorry to keep you all up. A faint smile appeared on Zhang Tang's stern face, his tone calm yet carrying the weight of someone in power. Not at all, not at all. Thank you for your hard work, Vice Premier Zhang. Working so late for the sake of the country. Exactly, no matter how hard we work, it is nothing compared to you. You are our role model and our benchmark. Facing the flattery from everyone, Zhang Tang did not show much of a reaction, but walked straight to the main seat and sat down. Behind him followed a young man holding a folder. Everyone present were big shots who had been in the capital's political circles for years. Naturally, they had heard of the affairs within the three great families, and many even relied on the three great families to reach their current positions. So when the young man appeared, someone recognized his identity, the young master of the Zhang family. After Zhang Hao exchanged some brief pleasantries, the meeting officially began. Zhang Hao first took the documents in his hand and distributed them to each council member. The content of the document was what he had proposed earlier, regarding the relevant plan to rectify the internet. However, some of the cases had been slightly modified. The council members took the documents, and their faces darkened the moment they saw the title. But hindered by Zhang Tang's presence, they could not lash out. Isn't this proposal the same one they had rejected countless times before? Why is this kid so stubborn? Such a wild and unrealistic plan, and he keeps submitting it over and over. Can't you consider reality? The internet is not the real world. If we really start rectifying it, the manpower, financial resources, and material costs involved would be terrifying. 10,000 people involved in cyberbullying. Are you going to arrest all 10,000 of them? Wagwo is so vast, with 10,000 people, spread across all provinces and cities. How massive would the arrest operation be? Just then, Zhang Tang spoke up. There are only 2 items on the agenda for this meeting. First, issues regarding cyber violence, rumors, and the like. Second, the chaos in the entertainment industry. As for the specific plan, Comrade Zhang Hao will explain it for everyone. Zhang Tang's words were like a stabilizer. Even if the council members present had massive objections, they had to keep them bottled up inside for now. There is no way around it. He is the one speaking. What can they do? They just have to get it done. Having received Zhang Tang's support, Zhang Hao finally had the courage to stand before these council members. He took a step forward and began to explain his point of view. Council members, good evening, everyone. I am sure the topic of cyber violence is not unfamiliar to anyone here. The internet is a double-edged sword. It can save people, but cyber violence is that very sword that kills. The same point, Zhang Hao had already said it countless times, and these council members had heard it countless times too. Right now, they only have one thing in mind: just go through the motions and head home to sleep. Since he has already spoken, their opinions are now irrelevant. Let us finish this. I am exhausted. Time ticked away, second by second. Finally, Zhang Hao stopped. The council members instantly perked up. Are you finally done? Zhang Hao let out a long, weary sigh. He looked at the council members with a sincere yet dim gaze. Perhaps you have never experienced cyberbullying, so you do not know the damage it causes. But today, I can tell you all with full responsibility. My cousin, Zhang Ling, at this very moment, is suffering from unprecedented cyberbullying. And as his cousin, I can only watch helplessly as he slowly falls into depression. Do you know how I feel? Do you know how his family feels? Do you know how his father and grandfather feel? Zhang Hao's words were deeply emotional, but, to everyone listening, it was like a thunderclap. All 13 council members stared in shock, looking at the passionate young man before them. Wait, what? Zhang Ling is being cyberbullied. Isn't he the young master of the Zhang family? Holy crap, this is huge. The Zhang family's golden boy is getting cyberbullied. You ask me if I know how his dad and grandpa feel. The council members instinctively gulped. Out of the corner of their eyes, they glanced at the stern middle-aged man at the head of the table. How he feels. They know. They damn well know. Suddenly, a council member slammed the table and stood up, his face full of rage, eyes practically spitting fire. Abominable. Absolutely abominable. I never thought cyberbullying had become this rampant. For the sake of these victims and their families, we cannot just sit by and do nothing. I propose we draft a plan overnight to crack down on cyberbullying. As soon as he finished speaking, he immediately received support from all the members. I agree, it is outrageous. The internet is not a lawless zone. It should have been regulated long ago. And the chaos in the entertainment industry too. I think Comrade Zhang Hao does not need to continue with the case studies. Time is of the essence. Let us draft the proposal tonight. Agreed. Seconded. Chapter 22. Exploding the entire internet. The next day, a trending topic hit every major media headline, completely blowing up the Chinese internet. The true identity of the cyberbullied youth was actually the young master of the capital. At the same time, tens of millions of netizens joined the ranks of the spectators, escalating the situation further. And the mastermind behind all this was Zhang Ling's maternal grandfather, Lin Guangfu, the head of the Lin Group conglomerate. Just last night, when he learned that his precious grandson was being slandered and cyberbullied, he immediately issued an order to the Lin Group to put pressure on platforms like Douyin and other short video media. But the goal of this pressure was not to suppress the trending topic, but to boost it. That is right. It was to push Zhang Ling's identity to the top of the trends. This was also what Zhang Ling requested. Zhang Ling has never been one to just let things slide. especially when he has not done anything wrong. Why should I let him off the hook? Besides, things have already reached this point. I have endured so much humiliation and verbal abuse myself. Given his current personality, unless he faces legal judgment, I will absolutely not let this slide. Soon, Zhang Ling responded on Douyin to Wang Yifan's declaration of war. His response was just 4 words: irrefutable proof. To the bitter end. Drop the link. Drop the link. Is this for real? Link. Is this for real? For real? I am following the streamer now. Following the streamer now. I am following too. I am following now. I am following. Public opinion online is finally no longer one-sided. Following. Public opinion online is finally no longer one-sided. Done. Public opinion online is finally no longer one-sided. Public opinion online is finally no longer one-sided. Many netizens have started taking a neutral stance, waiting for the final twist in the event. After all, except for those mindless fanboys, most people are still quite rational. Both sides are just talking. Naturally, whoever has the evidence is in the right, and those mindless fanboys online are like cats whose tails have been stepped on, attacking everyone indiscriminately. Anyone who disagrees with them. Hey, the prince of the capital. If that were true, I would eat my hat. You guys do not actually believe he has evidence, do you? If he had evidence, why would not he have released it sooner? I will always stand by Yifan's side, even if he is wrong. He must have his reasons. Oh, wait, how could my Yifan ever be wrong? No one actually believes this scumbag, right? Do you guys even have brains? However, the matter did not end there. That afternoon, state media and the authorities issued a joint announcement to implement the spirit of the meeting on strengthening the management of the internet and entertainment industries. The capital held an emergency meeting last night. The meeting passed 6 directives regarding the reform of the internet and entertainment industries, including a strict crackdown on cyberbullying and guidelines for a total internet cleanup. Starting today, a supervisory task force will be formed to conduct surprise inspections of the domestic internet and entertainment industries. As soon as this news was released, it caused an instant uproar. What a coincidence, truly a massive coincidence. Zhang Ling's identity was exposed just before, and then the authorities decided to clean up the internet and entertainment circles. This makes everyone suspicious about the authenticity of Zhang Ling's identity. If he really is a prince from a powerful family in the capital, then this is huge news. Suddenly, the entire internet and entertainment circle fell into a state of nervous panic. At the Capital Era Media headquarters, in the CEO's office, Li Fei sat on the recliner with a dark expression, questioning Wang Yifan before him. Do you dare say these 2 things are just a coincidence? Boss Li, I have checked repeatedly. This Zhang Ling is just a penniless college student. Even the money he used to buy gifts for his girlfriend was saved up from summer jobs. He absolutely cannot be some young master from the capital. Wang Yifan swallowed nervously, noticing the other man's face remained stern, and hurriedly added a sentence. These all came from his ex-girlfriend and her best friend. What he said is the truth. These things were indeed learned from Chen Jiayi and Li Shui. As for being deceived, that is not likely. After all, who would pass up a legitimate young master from the capital just to chase after this so-called internet celebrity? Wang Yifan does not have the guts to compare his current status with those young masters standing at the pinnacle of power and wealth. People really need to know their place. Hearing Wang Yifan's words, Li Fei fell into silence. As the head of one of the top cultural industry companies in China, he knew well the ins and outs of the internet and entertainment circles. When the higher-ups suddenly issue an order for rectification, it is definitely not for no reason. Either you have offended some big shot, or you have touched someone else's pie. As for the reason Wang Yifan gave, HMPH, how could a mere actor's words make him believe it? As a man who has seen his fair share of storms, Li Fei was more inclined to trust his own intuition. Therefore, he had long ago asked his secretary to investigate, just to be prepared for anything. As long as it is not that family, everything is manageable. Thinking of this, Li Fei turned his gaze to his secretary. Did you find anything? How many major families with the surname Zhang are there in the capital? How many major families with the surname Zhang are there in the capital? Ronnie Canty. Who knew that as soon as these words were spoken? Who knew that as soon as these words were spoken? Who knew that as soon as these words were spoken? The secretary's face immediately turned grim. Chairman, I checked, but I only found one. It could not be. Li Fei frowned, a bit skeptical and uneasy. The secretary nodded. He reached out and pointed toward the ceiling. What? Li Fei let out a cry of shock, losing his composure. Are you absolutely sure? The chairman got a firm confirmation from the secretary. Li Fei felt as if a thunderbolt had struck his brain, making his head buzz. His energy was completely drained in that instant. His body slumped weakly against the chair. How is that possible? Is it that family? It is impossible to see their boss acting so out of character. Wang Yifan could not sit still either. He hurriedly stood up and asked, Mr. Li, what exactly is going on? What is wrong with that family? Li Fei had no heart to answer him at this moment. He did not slap this pretty boy in front of him, only because he had no strength left now. The Zhang family is the only Zhang family in the capital. Having been in the capital's circle for so many years, how could he have never heard of them? That terrifying, powerful clan. It is just that he never imagined fate would be so ironic. He also never thought that the capital really only had one such Zhang family. Right now, he could only pray that the news online about Zhang Ling's identity was fake. Otherwise, facing such a behemoth, even if he, Li Fei, had 72 transformations, in their eyes, he would be nothing more than a laughable ant that could be crushed at will. Thinking of this, Zhang Ling took a deep breath. Mustering his last bit of strength, he roared at Wang Yifan, "Get the hell out of here, you complete jerk!" Wang Yifan was stunned by the sudden outburst. Before he could even react, several burly security guards walked in through the entrance. Wang Yifan looked at the guards' massive, fish-gutting-sized fists, then glanced down at his own scrawny arms and legs. Cold sweat instantly broke out on his forehead. Even now, he was still completely clueless. What on earth was happening? What kind of family could it be that would make his boss act so cautiously? He was the company's top-tier young star. After all, why would the boss be so furious with him? Just because of some poor student? Wait, Mr. Zhang, listen to me, get lost. Throw him out. Chapter 23. A lightning raid on the Times Era district. Outside the headquarters of Times Era in the capital, a motorcade consisting of 3 Audi A6s and a Toyota coaster slowly drove in from the distance and pulled over to the side of the road. The car doors opened, and Zhang Hao and his team stepped out of the coaster. Since this was a surprise inspection, they did not make a huge scene. With 2 Audis leading the way, it did not make the inspection team look bad either. After all, the real leaders were sitting inside the coaster. So, this is the headquarters of Times Era. Quite impressive. Looking at the magnificent building in front of him, he could not help but sigh. He knew exactly what this building represented. A giant in the Chinese entertainment industry, a titan that controlled half the capital's entertainment circle, a behemoth with connections spanning both politics and business. In the past, someone like him would never have dared to provoke them, let alone show up at their doorstep for a surprise inspection. After all, his old man never interfered in his affairs, and never gave him any special treatment, unless his personal safety was threatened. The Zhang family would not offer him much help, but today is different. With his cousin's support, it is like he is holding an imperial sword, with the entire family backing him. No matter who is inside this building, in front of his imperial sword, they are nothing but paper tigers. HMPH, so-called traffic stars, entertainment giants, just a bunch of clowns. Now that he had the chance to flex his muscles, Zhang Hao certainly would not let it slide. He stepped forward, a spring-like smile spreading across his face, and said to the middle-aged man in a police uniform beside him, "Director Zhao, this is the first stop of our surprise inspection. To avoid any unforeseen obstacles during the inspection, I hope you officers can assist us. You are too polite." Deputy Section Chief Zhang, assisting the inspection team, is a task assigned to us by our superiors, and it is our duty, Director Zhao said with a chuckle. Seeing this, Zhang Hao stopped being formal. He got straight to the point. Since that is the case, let us head inside. According to the investigators, the artist in question, Wang Yifan, is inside this building right now. Don't let the perpetrator get away. We have not caught him yet. That is not good. Hearing the word victim, Director Zhao's expression shifted. Others might not know who this victim is, but does not he know? To trigger an emergency meeting in the capital in the dead of night, and push through 2 draft bills, then issue orders at the crack of dawn, forcing the chief of the Capital Police Department to step in, to assist with the investigation. All of this, besides that legendary young master Zhang. Who else could it be? Even the ad hoc inspection team formed just now. The deputy leader is named Zhang. The nominal leader is the director of the Radio and Television Bureau himself. The level of priority is obvious. All right, calm down the excitement in your heart. Director Zhao took a deep breath. Right now, as long as I can catch that young master's eye, a promotion is only a matter of time. Thinking of this, Director Zhao immediately spoke with righteous indignation. The priority now is to apprehend the suspect. We cannot let the victim suffer anymore. First squad, follow me upstairs. Everyone else, notify the surrounding units for backup. Even if you have to surround the entire building today, do not let a single fly escape. Also, call the SWAT team to get here immediately. After speaking, Director Zhao took the lead, rushing into the building with a squad of officers. This scene left Zhang Hao and the rest of the inspection team members completely stunned. Those who did not know better would think there were terrorists in the building, with the police chief leading an anti-terror raid. Wow, I did not expect Director Zhao, at his age, to be this valiant. Truly a warrior among men, a hero on his steed, an investigator in a windbreaker. Forced an awkward smile, trying to ease the tension. The others turned their gaze toward Zhang Hao, waiting for his next command. The inspection team leader is the bureau director, but he is just a figurehead and is not here. So Zhang Hao, as the deputy leader, is the highest-ranking official on site. Without his word, the team members would not dare act on their own. All right, comrades, since Director Zhao has such a pioneering spirit, we certainly can't hold him back. Let us go take a look. Let us see who this entertainment titan really is. Zhang Hao waved his hand, and the inspection team marched into the building. On the other side, the elevator doors opened. A frail figure was tossed out of the elevator by several security guards. The body hit the floor hard, making a dull, heavy thud. Just hearing it made one wince in pain. The staff on the ground floor heard the noise and cast curious glances over, seemingly wondering which poor soul is having a bad day again. It caught the boss's attention when the figure lifted his head, revealing a face full of agony. They were shocked, because this person is none other than the company's rising star, Wang Yifan. My God, even Wang Yifan got kicked out. I guess the company is about to change hands. It is not the company changing hands. It is the whole entertainment industry that is about to change. Haven't you heard? When Wang Yifan was hyping things up recently, looks like someone messed with a big shot. The company can't afford to cross them. I bet the chairman is planning to dump our pretty boy. Oh, really, is that so? That is absolutely shocking. A few dolled-up women were whispering at the front desk, and every single word reached Wang Yifan's ears loud and clear. Dump the pretty boy. How is that even possible? I am the company's cash cow, a top-tier superstar of the nation. There is no way the company would dump me. Wang Yifan stood up, his face twisted in pain. His whole body ached as if his bones were falling apart, but he could not care about that right now. His entire future was on the line. Even he, as dense as he was, could see that something was wrong, especially with the way Li Fei treated him today. It made him deeply suspicious. Could it be, just like those girls at the desk said, that the company has abandoned me? Straightening his clothes slightly, Wang Yifan hurried over to the front desk girls. Forcing a smile, he asked, "Ladies, what exactly is going on? Could you give me a hint?" The Wang Yifan of yesterday was a shining star on stage. As for these front desk girls, they probably were not even worth a glance from him. But now that he is a fallen tiger, he could not afford to be picky anymore. Securing his future was the only thing that mattered. Those girls were clearly startled by this sudden encounter. They looked at each other, back and forth, not knowing what to do. After a moment, one of the bolder girls finally spoke up. Mr. Wang, we just heard some rumors, so we were just talking nonsense. Please, do not take it to heart." Before Wang Yifan could press further, a loud crash suddenly erupted from the entrance. Bang! Followed by the sound of shattering glass. Wang Yifan instinctively turned his head. He saw several burly security guards scrambling in from outside, scrambling in from outside, scrambling in from outside, scrambling in from outside, scrambling in from outside. Following them was a middle-aged man in a police uniform. "Everyone, hands on your heads, get down." Chapter 24. Arresting Wang Yifan, cooperate. Everyone, hands on your heads, get down. Director Zhao, His booming voice echoed throughout the lobby. Everyone was stunned, but upon seeing the uniform he was wearing, everyone immediately chose to put their hands on their heads and crouch on the floor. At that moment, a squad of officers rushed in. Leading them was a team captain, Director Zhao, team captain, reporting for duty. You young people, you really lack stamina. You are even slower than an old man like me. All right, go seal off the elevators now. Search floor by floor. Director Zhao waved his hand impatiently, then pulled out his phone. He pulled up the photo of Wang Yifan and compared it to the people in the lobby. The team captain responded with a helpless sigh. He started organizing his men to seal the elevators. It is not that these young people are out of shape. It is just that Director Zhao is too terrifying. The security guards were just about to step in and ask what was going on. But you just hit them with a stun baton. We were worried about collateral damage if we rushed in. Look at those terrified security guards. Good grief. They are looking at them like they are terrorists. Nearby, sitting quietly at the front desk, is Wang Yifan. Everyone is cursing him right now. What happened? His own company's building, blown up by terrorists. Are terrorists this trendy these days? Even wearing police uniforms now. Suddenly, Wang Yifan felt something cold and hard pressed against his forehead. Before he could even look up, a voice rang out beside his ear. Wang Yifan instinctively shrank his neck, but the cold sensation became even more pronounced, so he cautiously raised his head, only to discover a cold handgun pressed right against his skull. Officer, I am about to cry from fear. I am just an entertainer. I have never seen anything like this. That cold touch felt like the Grim Reaper's side, as if it would harvest his fragile life in the next second. Chief Zhao held his gun in one hand, and his phone in the other. After cross-referencing the photo one more time, he could confirm the pretty boy in front of him was indeed Wang Yifan. Hey, so you are Wang Yifan, huh? A sissy like you, actually capable of committing such a major crime. Well, you can't judge a book by its cover. Chief Zhao put away his phone, muttering to himself while pulling out silver handcuffs from his waist. With a sharp click, the shiny silver cuffs were locked tight onto Wang Yifan's wrists. The whole process took less than 20 seconds. Wang Yifan had not even processed what had happened before he was already under arrest. But there was one thing he heard clearly. Actually capable of committing such a major crime, he committed a crime, and a major one at that. Just then, Zhang Hao and his group walked grandly through the main entrance. Seeing Chief Zhao apprehending Wang Yifan, Zhang Hao could not help but speak up, joking that Chief Zhao's efficiency is truly impressive, catching the suspect so quickly. That is only natural. The police in the capital pride themselves on efficiency. The two of them bantered back and forth, instantly easing the tension in the lobby. Wang Yifan finally gathered the courage to ask, "Officer, what exactly did I do? Why go to such lengths to arrest a small-time entertainer like me?" Zhang Hao heard the voice and instinctively glanced over. Wang Yifan, who was sitting obediently on the floor, seeing the confusion on his face, he decided to offer a reminder. You have committed quite a few things. I could not list them all right now even if I wanted to. Oh, Zhang Ling. You know him, right? Zhang Ling heard this name. Wang Yifan's pupils constricted sharply, facing Zhang Ling. Don't be anxious, you will be meeting him soon. After Zhang Hao finished speaking, a meaningful smile appeared on his face. When Wang Yifan saw that smile, he felt a chill running straight up his spine. He had a premonition that he was in big trouble this time. Deputy Chief Zhao Li Fei, the legal representative of Shidai Fengjun, has been apprehended. We have him under control. The team leader suddenly ran out from the stairwell. Bring him down. Deputy Chief Zhang. They still have work to finish. Chief Zhao smiled and looked at Zhang Hao. Haha, thank you for your hard work, Chief Zhao. Zhang Hao nodded. Without further ado, Li Fei's figure appeared in the elevator. However, compared to Wang Yifan, he was much freer. At the very least, he was not wearing silver bracelets. Stepping out of the elevator, the moment he saw Chief Zhao, Li Fei's brain went blank. He was completely stunned. Isn't this Chief Zhao from the Capital Public Security Bureau? Why is he here? Chief Zhao, To what do I owe the honor of your visit? Why did not you give me a heads up? Li Fei forced a smile that looked worse than crying, and stepped forward to greet him. Hey, Mr. Li, are not we just catching a suspect? I was just passing by. If I had tipped you off and scared the snake out of the grass, I would not be able to bear that responsibility. Chief Zhao silently took 2 steps back, maintaining his distance. At the same time, he glanced toward Wang Yifan. Li Fei followed his gaze, and quickly spotted the person crouching on the floor, the slightly trembling Wang Yifan. Chief Zhao, what did he do? Would you mind telling me? I do not mind at all. The celebrity Wang Yifan is suspected of multiple crimes, including defamation and soliciting prostitution. The evidence is solid, so we are here to bring him in. As soon as he finished speaking, Li Fei fell silent. He had not expected the authorities to have gathered evidence against Wang Yifan so quickly. Even less did he expect the police to storm the company building to make an arrest. A nameless rage welled up from the bottom of his heart. Li Fei gritted his teeth, rushed over in a few strides, and delivered a fierce kick. With a loud thud, Wang Yifan let out a miserable shriek. He rolled on the floor twice, and slammed into the front desk counter. Li Fei still felt it was not enough, and prepared to land another blow. Fortunately, the 2 officers beside him held him back, sparing Wang Yifan from further physical pain. Unable to strike, Li Fei could only point at his nose and curse loudly, venting his inner fury. Damn it, the company spent countless resources to make you a star, and this is how you repay us. I will kick you to death, you bastard. Seeing him becoming increasingly agitated, Chief Zhao stepped forward and patted his shoulder. All right, that is enough. Mr. Li, I have come here with you this time, along with the comrades from the inspection team. I expect your full cooperation with the investigation. Li Fei of the inspection team was stunned. At that moment, Zhang Hao stepped forward with his credentials in hand. Hello, I am Zhang Hao, the deputy head of the appointed inspection team. For the next few days, I hope your company will cooperate fully with our investigation. Our inspection team will never frame an innocent person, nor will we let a guilty one slip through the cracks. Chapter 25. Who do you think you are? Deputy head of the inspection team. At that instant, Li Fei felt as if his brain had been struck by a sledgehammer. He was so dazed he could not even process what was happening. Good heavens, the inspection team. How did they arrive so quickly? The most terrifying part is, before this, he had not heard a single whisper of it. One moment he hears the cabinet formed an inspection team. The next, they are right in his face. What does this imply? It implies they came fully prepared, determined to take him down, caught him completely off guard. All the dirty laundry in the entertainment industry. Who could actually withstand an investigation? It is just that the connections are too deep, so the cabinet has always turned a blind eye. Thinking of this, Li Fei began to rack his brain frantically, looking for a way out. He was not going to give up. He had to carve out a path to survive. His life had only just reached its peak. How could he let it end like this? Well, Mr. Li, why so quiet? Is there something you are struggling to say? It is all right. Just spit it out. The inspection team and Director Zhao will surely stand by you. Perhaps he had guessed what the other side was thinking. Zhang Hao, ever the one to stir the pot, offered his kind reminder. Li Fei's face turned bitter. He felt as miserable as if he would swallowed a bug. Is this something I can even say? If I were to say it out loud, I would be in handcuffs before I could blink. Well, gentleman in charge, may I make a phone call? In a split second, Li Fei decided, before the inspection team could find any dirt on him, he had to immediately ask his protector for help. As for whether it would work, he could not be sure, but it was his last hope. Fine, go ahead and call. Zhang Hao seemed to have seen right through him, generously giving him the green light. Go ahead, call your backer. Let us see if they even dare to answer you. Director Zhao watched all of this unfold, a flicker of disappointment crossing his face. He used to think this Li Fei was someone special, rising from nothing to become an entertainment mogul. Turns out, he is just a complete idiot. If his protector were of any use in this situation, he would have acted long ago. Well, now that the blade is at your throat, you are finally trying to pray. Too little, too late. Sure enough, the moment Li Fei pulled out his phone and dialed the number, at that very same instant, the number is powered off prompt echoed back. At this moment, Li Fei truly panicked. In his desperation, he did something even more foolish. He tried to use Zhang Hao as a bridge. That left Director Zhao and Zhang Hao completely dumbfounded. Not you, guys. Are you a mole sent by the organization? You are really trying to ruin your own protection, or not you? Out of humanitarian concern, Zhang Hao generously lent his phone to Li Fei. Li Fei even politely said thank you. The call connected quickly. A gravelly male voice came from the other end. Hello, who is this? Upon hearing the familiar voice, Li Fei almost burst into tears. Li Ting, it is me. It is me. It is little Fei. The next second, the other end went silent. Perhaps they were truly furious. Through the phone, Li Fei could clearly hear the heavy breathing on the other side, so he tentatively asked, Li Ting, are you all right? After a long while, perhaps they had finally composed themselves, the gravelly voice came through the phone again. Yeah, I am fine. What is the situation now? The situation now. Li Fei silently looked at Zhang Hao and Zhao Ju in front of him, and replied with 4 words. It is all over. Li Ting, forget it. Is Zhao Dongshan with you? Put him on the phone. Zhao Dongshan, Director Zhao. Li Fei repeated into the phone. After a brief yes from the other end, there was no more sound. Meanwhile, Director Zhao, who was standing by listening, froze. Upon hearing his name, oh, Director Zhao, looks like someone is specifically asking for you. Zhang Hao remarked with a meaningful smirk. That is right. Zhao Dongshan is Director Zhao's full name. Director Zhao, your call. Li Fei swallowed hard, and carefully handed over the phone. Zhao Dongshan took the phone, and immediately started recording. Otherwise, he was afraid that he would not be able to clear his name even if he jumped into the Yellow River. Hello, this is Zhao Dongshan. Yeah, I know who you are. Upon hearing that familiar voice, Zhao Dongshan's face turned pale. Seeing Director Zhao so agitated, Zhang Hao could not help but look on with suspicion. What is wrong? Who is this big shot? Zhao Ju. Zhao Dongshan did not pay him any mind, but instead kept nodding and agreeing with the other end of the line. Seeing this, Li Fei's heart finally settled. Looks like those millions I spent every year were not in vain. At this moment, Zhao Dongshan must have received instructions, and turned on the speakerphone. That gravelly male voice reached Zhang Hao's ears for the first time. Little Zhang, let us just drop this matter for now. When I get back, I will talk to your father, and see if we can get you a position as a department head, in the police department or something. How about that? Zhang Hao's first reaction upon hearing this was not excitement, but sheer madness. This is absolutely insane. He never imagined that the other party would dare to openly bribe him, in front of the internal inspection team, and so many people. If this is not madness, what is? Perhaps considering his reservations. The voice on the phone added, don't worry, I will personally bring people to apologize to your cousin. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You have still got a lot to learn, kid. Just do not be so stubborn. The voice on the phone was not loud, but it rang clear in everyone's ears, including Wang Yifan's. His once dim eyes flickered with a spark of hope again. If Shi Daifeng could be saved by the higher-ups, then my own cash cow could be saved too, right? After all, even at his worst, he still generates a massive fortune for the company every year. Click the link for astronomical profits. Link. Is this a scam? He does not buy it. He does not buy it. I am following the streamer too. I am following. He does not buy it. I am following. He does not buy it. I am following. He does not buy it. I am following. I am following too. Would the big shot upstairs really give up his cash cow? Following. Would the big shot upstairs really give up his cash cow? Would the big shot upstairs really give up his cash cow? Done. Would the big shot upstairs really give up his cash cow? Would the big shot upstairs really give up his cash cow? But the truth is, all of this is nothing more than his own wishful thinking. In Director Li's plan, Wang Yifan was never meant to be saved. If you really look at the cause and effect, Shi Daifeng is just collateral damage, but Wang Yifan is different. He offended Zhang Ling directly. Even if Director Li has a high rank or deep connections, he would not dare go against Zhang Ling openly. The best he can do is save face and see if the other side plays along. Zhang Hao stood there, deep in thought. Zhang Hao stood there, deep in thought. Finally, he let out a helpless sigh. Director Li, I am afraid I can't fulfill your request. I am acting on behalf of my cousin, Zhang Ling. Everyone's eyes are on our inspection team. If I am all talk and no action, I won't be able to face them. Comrade Xiao Zhong, I understand young people are ambitious, but you are not part of the main Zhong family line. What I mean is, why make an enemy when you could have a friend? Director Li's raspy voice carried a hint of a threat. Just then, an arrogant voice boomed from the entrance. Who do you think you are, to be an enemy of our Zhong family? Everyone was startled by the sudden voice, not because of its volume, but because of what it said. Help! Someone here is asking what a department-level official is worth. Hearing the voice, Zhang Hao turned his head in shock. Cousin Zhao Dongshan, standing next to the cousin, heard this address, and his body shuddered violently. He turned around in a panic. He saw a handsome, well-built young man walking slowly toward them, escorted by an elder and several bodyguards. Is this the legendary young master of the Zhang family? Zhao Dongshan's eyes widened, shocked. Chapter 26. Time to set things straight. Someone hit him for me. Surrounded by the crowd, Zhang Ling walked up to Zhao Dongshan with a grim expression. The entire lobby went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. All eyes are fixed on this mysterious young master, waiting in silence for his next move. As for Zhao Dongshan, this is undoubtedly the most nerve-wracking, high-stakes moment of his entire career. The man before him is the sole heir to the Zhang family legacy, with power that shakes the heavens, wealth that could rival a nation, and the aura of a true capital prince. Crushing a bureau chief like him would be nothing more than a casual remark, even when facing his own superiors. Zhao Dongshan has never felt this anxious. At that thought, cold sweat began to soak through his clothes. No, I have to distance myself from Director Li immediately. Just as Zhao Dongshan made up his mind, Zhang Ling spoke up. Capital Police, Director Li Jiangguo. Right. Upon hearing this, the man on the other end of the line fell silent for a moment, followed by a voice dripping with blatant sycophancy. Zhang, it is me. This whole mess is my fault. I sincerely apologize to you. Please, do not hold a grudge against a small fry like me. You can deal with Dai Fengfeng however you see fit. I won't say another word about it. Does that work for you? Zhang Ling chuckled, peeved. How could I possibly hold a grudge against a dignified director like you? Why would the Zhang family ever treat you as an enemy? Right. As soon as those words left his lips, the voice on the phone clearly trembled. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, everyone would have thought that this so-called Director Li was about to burst into tears. No, 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 young Master Zhang. It is all just a misunderstanding. I was just senile and rambling nonsense. I was just senile and rambling nonsense. Please give me a chance. Please give me a chance. I have an appointment at the neurology department this afternoon. I will come by first thing tomorrow to apologize in person. Sure. Go get your head checked properly. If you are short on cash, I can cover your expenses. As for the apology, do not bother. After all, you are already senile. I would not want people saying I bully the elderly. Oh, and one more thing. When you finally come to your senses, vacate your position. Leave it for someone who can actually handle it. Don't make me force you out, old man. Zhang Ling handed the phone back and said with a calm, indifferent expression, all good, young Master Zhang, I understand. The voice on the other end sounded visibly deflated. Afraid the call would be cut off, Zhang Ling looked up and scanned the room, asking in the most composed tone possible, does anyone else have any objections? The lobby fell into a deathly silence, except for the inspection team led by Zhang Hao. Everyone else instinctively lowered their heads, not daring to meet the eyes of this man with connections to the very top. Young Master Zhang, you are joking. What objections could we have? Didn't you see the director himself apologizing so eagerly? How could we possibly have any objections? Seeing that no one dared to speak, Zhang Ling walked over to Wang Yifan himself. At this moment, his eyes were glazed over, slumped on the floor like a dead dog. His wrists were raw and bleeding from struggling too hard against the handcuffs. Well, is not this our big celebrity? How did you end up so pathetic? Should I help you call your fans online? Or maybe report you to the city police? Zhang Ling crouched down and said with a beaming smile. Hearing his voice, Wang Yifan's eyes gradually regained some focus, but once he saw the man's face, his expression froze, and his whole body began to tremble uncontrollably. I am wrong. I was truly wrong. Zhang Ling, no, young Master Zhang, it was all Chen Jiayi and Li Shui. It was them. Those two scumbags. They were the ones who wanted to cyberbully you. It has nothing to do with me. Whatever. Young master, this or that. I actually prefer watching you acting all righteous on the internet. Zhang Ling smiled and patted his face, only to find his hand covered in white powder. He immediately felt disgusted. How much foundation did you cake on your face? Is it thicker than the plaster on my wall? What did I? If you play dirty, you have got to pay the price. You know that, do you? I know. Good, as long as you know. Someone, wipe that gunk off his face for me. I am allergic to it. Zhang Ling took the scripture from Uncle Fu, stood up, and ordered his bodyguards. Upon receiving the command, the security team swarmed in, pinning Wang Yifan firmly to the ground, and took turns giving him a lesson. Right in the kisser. Young Master Zhang, please, no more. Slap, slap, slap. Sharp, miserable screams mixed with the sound of slaps, echoing through the lobby like a symphony from hell. Li Fei closed his eyes, his face deathly pale, terrified that he would be next. Zhao Dongshan watched the scene in silence, daring not to speak or ask, only able to swallow hard. Technically, taking the law into one's own hands is illegal. He should have arrested the guy, but, hey, he did not want to be the next Wang Yifan. As time ticked by, Wang Yifan's once delicate face was covered in overlapping slap marks. His entire head was swollen like a pig's, and blood began to seep from his skin, eventually dripping down onto his shoulders. A truly pathetic sight. Hardly the superstar everyone worshipped on stage anymore. Seeing Wang Yifan beaten to the point of unconsciousness, Zhang Ling finally signaled to stop. He had the officers carry him into the police car. After all that, he did not forget to throw in a sarcastic remark, "It is great to be young." And then he turned to leave. Li Fei kept his eyes shut tight, not daring to cover his ears, naturally hearing that seemingly casual jab. A devil. He is absolutely a devil. No, I can't just sit here and wait for my turn. My wonderful life has only just begun. Without realizing it, his fists were already clenched tight. After sending Wang Yifan away, Zhang Ling's attention naturally shifted to Li Fei. So, this is Director Li, right? The very next second, to everyone's shock, Li Fei bent his knees and knelt straight down. Thud. Zhang Ling was stunned. The words he was about to say stuck in his throat. He was at a loss for words. He had only just started speaking. What kind of move is this kneeling? He collapsed to the floor. Li Fei kowtowed deeply, his head hitting the floor with a loud thud. Young Master Zhang, I have a family to support. Before he could finish his plea for mercy, Zhang Ling cut him off with a sharp slap. Enough. That is all for today. Save your begging for the police. I am sick of hearing it. After doing all this, Zhang Ling dusted off his hands as if nothing had happened, and turned away with an indifferent expression. Zhang Hao and Zhao Dongshan exchanged a glance, preparing to step forward and subdue Li Fei. Just then, the situation took a sudden turn. With a look of pure malice, Li Fei pulled a dagger from his sleeve, and lunged at Zhang Ling's back. If you won't let me live, then I am taking you down with me, cousin Zhang Ling. Zhang Hao and Zhao Dongshan were horrified, rushing forward in a panic. Zhang Ling turned his head in confusion, only to see a cold glint flash before his eyes, followed by a dull thud. A figure was sent flying. Chapter 27. Fu Bo's Hidden Skills. The figure flew through the air, tracing a beautiful arc. Several young women hiding behind the front desk felt a shadow loom over them, and were knocked flat in the next second. The lobby erupted in screams. Everything happened so suddenly. After a brief moment of shock, everyone's eyes turned back to Zhang Ling, or rather, to the old man in the tang suit beside him. Zhang Ling turned his head stiffly, looking at the gentle old man beside him. Fu Bo, you know martial arts. He had seen with his own eyes the old man punch Li Fei away, and he was the closest one to Fu Bo at the time. To be honest, he was truly stunned. When I was a kid, did not Fu Bo get winded just from climbing a wall? Is this really the same Fu Bo? Fu Bo just brushed off his clothes nonchalantly, and said calmly, young master, I just enjoy doing some Tai Chi, or maybe some square dancing in my spare time. What martial arts are you talking about? If you want to blame someone, blame these young people for being too reckless, not knowing how to take care of their own bodies. Look at this guy. I barely even touched him, and he flew off like a balloon, falling at the slightest touch. That is a sign of a hollow core. Young master, you should not be like him. Is Zhang Ling sick? Du and the others were all waiting. Zhang Ling really wanted to ask out loud, what kind of square dancing do you do? And what style of Tai Chi do you practice? If possible, let me learn a move or two. However, to maintain his cool, high-status persona as the young master of the Zhang family, he suppressed his curiosity and did not ask any further questions. A brief silence followed. Everyone's attention shifted back to Li Fei. Everyone wanted to know, what kind of fate awaited this Li who dared to plot against the Zhang family's young master? As for Li Fei himself, he had already passed out, and that was only because Fu Bo had held back his strength. Otherwise, whether he lives or dies is anyone's guess. How should we handle this, cousin? Zhang Hao walked over. He was asking for Zhang Ling's opinion. How should we handle it? Just as Zhang Ling was pondering the question, someone else made the choice for him. Zhao Dongshan gave a subtle signal. The officer nearby understood immediately. Along with a few other officers, they dragged Li Fei right in front of Zhang Ling. After doing all that, Zhao Dongshan immediately put on a sycophantic smile and leaned in close. Don't you worry, young Master Zhang. Everything here today, Zhao, will make sure it is cleaned up perfectly for you. As soon as he finished speaking, Zhao Dongshan's gaze swept coldly across the entire lobby. The next second, a special forces unit with loaded weapons poured into the lobby like a well-oiled machine. The employees who were originally just crouching there, minding their own business, were stunned. One moment they were waiting to see how Li Fei would end up, and the next, they were staring down the cold barrels of guns. This kind of scene, they would only ever seen on TV. They never imagined it would happen to them one day. Zhao Dongshan instinctively looked at Zhang Ling, as if waiting for his decision. The latter remained silent, his gaze sweeping over the crowd from time to time. As Zhang Ling remained silent, the atmosphere in the air grew increasingly heavy. Some of the more timid girls, unable to handle the psychological pressure, started to sob quietly. A sense of fear, helplessness, and despair spread rapidly through the crowd. Only now did they finally understand what supreme power really means, and what it means to have connections that reach the heavens. And the one who possesses all of this is the young man in casual clothes, standing in the center of the lobby. Everyone felt like they were in a dream, even the members of the inspection team. They have spent years in official circles, but what they have seen and heard today is nothing like what ordinary people could imagine. Even so, to be able to make the dignified chief of police go to such lengths without hesitation was something they were seeing for the first time. This is the terror of true power. Gradually, the sobbing grew louder. Some of the weaker-minded people started begging bitterly, hoping Zhang Ling would let them off the hook. Post the link quickly. Link, young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire, is there a discount? Young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire, host, I am following too. Young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire, I am also following. Young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire. Young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire. Following, also following. Young Master Zhang. I am really just a new hire. What a crazy era we live in. I have never offended you. I have never offended you. Can I go now? I have never offended you. I have never done anything to harm you. Young Master Zhang, I beg you, please have mercy. I have an 80-year-old mother at home, and a 3-year-old child. If something happens to me, my whole family really won't be able to survive. Young Master Zhang, all those things online were done by Wang Yifan and Li Fei. It really has nothing to do with me. If you do not believe me, check it yourself. If I had ever done anything to harm young Master Zhang, may I be struck by lightning. Zhang Ling took in the reactions of all these people. A flicker of emotion stirred within. Indeed, when faced with death, under such a threat, no one can remain calm. How many of these people are someone's parents? How many are someone's children? But that is no excuse for him to play the saint. Think about what he has been through these past few days. Isn't it miserable enough? Isn't he a child to his own parents? Isn't he the apple of his family's eye? The reason he can face all this so fearlessly is not because he is some kind of genius, nor because he is some time traveler, but because he has an incredibly powerful family standing behind him. If he were just an ordinary person, like everyone else here, just another average worker, a farmer's son, then he would be the one begging for mercy today. Being born into the right family is a skill in itself. His good fortune decided he would be the winner today. Composing himself, Zhang Ling walked to the counter, grabbed a bottle of water, and returned. Under the horrified gazes of the crowd, Zhang Ling unscrewed the cap and poured the entire bottle over Li Fei's head. The shock of the cold water slowly jolted Li Fei back to consciousness. I, Zhang Ling, never wrong an innocent person, nor will I let a villain off the hook. But I wonder if you have heard this saying, when an avalanche strikes, no snowflake is innocent. Zhang Ling scanned the hall, then casually smashed the water bottle against Li Fei's face. Smack. Low physical damage, but extreme humiliation. Li Fei finally came to his senses, looking at Fu Bo with utter disbelief. You old man, how do you have so much strength? My apologies, brothers. A relative of mine has passed away, so I am in mourning today. For the sake of your health, please refrain from drinking. Chapter 28. Launching a full investigation. You old man, how do you have so much strength? Fu Bo did not answer Li Fei. In his mind, the man was already a dead man walking. He was not even worth wasting his breath on, and there is more to come. Zhang Ling picked up the dagger from the floor, flicking it between his fingertips, his gaze occasionally shifting to Li Fei's right hand. You used your right hand to hold the knife earlier, did not you? Hearing this, Li Fei instinctively pulled his right hand back. It is no use hiding it. Zhang Ling gave a cold smile. The dagger in his hand whistled through the air and struck down. A flash of blood, accompanied by Li Fei's blood-curdling scream. A severed hand fell cleanly to the ground. Through the spurting blood, the crowd could vaguely see a glimpse of white bone. With a look from Jiyu Chaodong, officers immediately stepped forward to gag Li Fei. The screaming stopped abruptly, but looking at Li Fei's twisted expression, one could tell how much agony he was in. Fu Bo glanced sideways, his eyes filled with surprise as he looked at Zhang Ling, but even more so, with gratification. The young master has grown up. Zhang Ling naturally felt Uncle Fu's gaze. He could understand the surprise, but that hint of gratification really made him sweat. Was his past self really that useless? Uncle Fu also hoped that one day, he could grow into a formidable man. After gently wiping the bloodstains from the dagger, Zhang Ling turned his gaze to Zhang Hao, not far away, who was still wide-eyed and dumbfounded. Deputy Chief Zhang, I will leave the rest to you. The internal issues at TimeSpeak are quite serious. I believe most of the employees here are complicit. They knew but did not report it, and even joined in. Ronnie Canty knew but did not report it, and even joined in. Ronnie Canty, that makes them accomplices. Ronnie, I hope you can conduct a thorough investigation. Use the weapon of law to prosecute these criminals, and give all victims justice. After hearing Zhang Ling's voice, Zhang Hao stiffly nodded. However, this did not affect his utter shock and inability to compose himself. When did my cousin get so ruthless? He used to be scared even watching a chicken get slaughtered. Now he dares to personally sever someone's hand and leg. Looking at the smooth, clean cuts, it seemed like it was not his first time. Zhang Ling did not care what the other party thought. Under everyone's gaze, he handed the dagger in his hand to Zhao Dongshan. Chief Zhao, I will trouble you with this too. Understood, Zhang Ling. Zhao Dongshan politely took the dagger. He cast a sharp glance at Li Fei, who was still struggling and rolling on the ground. When it is time to testify in court, do not forget to call me. He left that remark. Zhang Ling turned and led the crowd towards the main entrance. As he reached the doorway, he did not forget to turn back and instruct Zhang Hao. If you encounter any obstruction during the investigation, I said, if, then just drop my name. This matter will not end well. I, Zhang Ling, said so. Zhang Hao silently nodded, firmly engraving his cousin's words in his heart. With his own cousin supporting him like this, he definitely could not let him down. After Zhang Ling and the others left, Zhang Hao naturally became the focus of the entire scene. Facing countless pleading eyes, Zhang Hao waved his hand. The inspection team will begin a comprehensive investigation into TimeSpeak Culture Co. Limited, starting today. Take them all away. Upon hearing this, countless faces turned pale with fright. However, some people also showed a look of relief, grateful to be alive. An investigation is an investigation, I guess. Even if it is not a direct crime, it is still aiding and abetting. The charge of being an accomplice, it is still better than Zhang Ling giving a single command, and having them all forcefully executed. Zhang Ling had naturally considered this point. Although he was confident in his family's power, There would be too many troubles afterward, including the families of these people and so on. He could not just kill them all, could he? After all, today's Wagwo is a society governed by law. If he really gave a single command and executed everyone at timespeak, then his family would definitely be pushed to the forefront of public opinion. And the other two major families, lurking in the shadows, would inevitably use some dirty tricks to bring down the Zhang family. His biggest reliance now was the Zhang family behind him. If the Zhang family fell, he would lose everything. Therefore, letting Zhang Hao handle this matter was the wisest choice. Zhang Hao represents the cabinet. The cabinet represents the authorities. The authorities represent the law. Everyone is equal before the law, as long as the law is on his side. No matter how big the scandal, it won't touch the Zhang family. Chapter 29. The Era of Storms. Zhang Ling ordered Uncle Fu to drive to a villa complex in the city center. Outside the complex, Bai Jia and a team from the court had been waiting for a long time. Zhang Ling got out of the car and shook hands with them one by one. Sorry for the trouble, Brother Bai. No trouble at all, not at all. Since Brother Zhang entrusted us with this, we will certainly do our best. Thank you all for your hard work. You are too polite, young Master Zhang. It is our duty, young Master Zhang. After some brief pleasantries, Zhang Ling cast his gaze toward a villa in the distance. That was Wang Yifan's private villa, his little harem. Chen Jiayi and Li Shui had been staying there for the past few days. To confirm if the two were currently in the villa, Zhang Ling opened TikTok and entered Chen Jiayi's livestream. In the stream, Chen Jiayi and Li Shui were desperately trying to clarify the rumors about Zhang Ling's identity online. Guys, who gets it? My bestie has been dating Zhang Ling for so long. Do you think we would not know her background? A guy who has to work part-time during summer break just to buy a wedding dress. How could he be a young master from the capital? What Zhang family of the capital? Never even heard of them. Probably some hillbilly from the middle of nowhere making things up. You must be a paid troll, right? I said I have never heard of them, so I have not. No matter how powerful this Zhang family is, can they even be half as powerful as my fan? Laughable, what a joke. Moderator, kick this guy out immediately. Seeing this, Zhang Ling silently put his phone away, a faint, mocking smirk playing on his lips. Frogs in a well, looking at the sky from the bottom. Truly ignorant. Bai Jia noticed his expression, and stepped forward, whispering, Brother Zhang, should we move now? Zhang Ling turned to look at Bai Jia, and softly uttered two words, make the arrests. Inside the villa, Li Shui's throat felt a bit dry from all the talking, so she turned to grab some bottled water and took a sip. Seeing this, Chen Jiayi immediately leaned into the camera. However, a comment below caught her attention. Snow Leopard, you are so beautiful. The headquarters of Era Peak has been sealed off. Did you guys know? As a die-hard fan of Wang Yifan, Chen Jiayi definitely knew about the existence of Era Peak. That was a giant in the Wagwo entertainment industry, the major capital backing Wang Yifan. As for it being sealed off, she definitely did not believe it. Her own fan was just at the headquarters building this morning. How could it be sealed off? Even if it were sealed, she should have received the news by now. So, she immediately replied to that user, Snow Leopard, and went into full-on rage mode. You are so beautiful. Do not you know how to speak properly? Spreading rumors carries legal consequences. My fan was at the Era building just this morning. How could it possibly be sealed off? I see you are just like those other people, all paid trolls hired by Zhang Ling. Snow Leopard, you are so beautiful. I am telling the truth. There is absolutely no rumor here. Hey, Chen Jiayi looked at the comment from that user, and almost could not help but burst out laughing. You need proof to back up your claims, do not you? Even spreading rumors requires a touch of reality. Do you even know what Shidai Fengjun represents? A titan of the Chinese entertainment industry. They practically own half the scene in the capital. You think you can just shut them down whenever you want? Can you go back and tell your boss, Zhang Ling, something? Next time you cook up a rumor, at least draft it properly. Don't make a fool of yourself. It is embarrassing to watch. As soon as she finished, Chen Jiayi immediately told the manager to kick that Snow Leopard and her fans out. In her mind, a powerhouse like Shidai Fengjun is untouchable, no matter what, let alone being shut down. And Wang Yifan is the god she worships, a one-of-a-kind existence. Right now, as long as she crushes Zhang Ling completely, Yifan will finally look at her with new eyes. And who knows, maybe a promotion to official status is not impossible. Thinking of this, Chen Jiayi grew even more excited. She hurriedly continued to trash Zhong Ling in front of the screen. Girls, you have no idea how hateful this Zhong Ling person is. I, Chen Jiayi, am not an ungrateful person, even though her buying me gifts was just expected. After all, I am his girlfriend. I still kept her kindness in my heart. But what happened? Just because I wore a wedding dress to Yifan's concert, she wanted to break up with me. HMPH. She even came up with a high and mighty excuse, saying I did not respect her opinion, and did not consult her beforehand. You tell me, is what I choose to wear to a concert not my own freedom? Do I need to discuss that with him? Taking him along to the concert was already doing him a huge favor. I did not expect him to be so ungrateful and push for more. If I would known, I would not have brought him to the concert at all. What a waste of my hundreds of dollars. What an ingrate. After saying that, Chen Jiayi turned her eyes back to the live chat. As expected, the chat was flooded with insults. Naturally, they were all directed at Zhong Ling. Even if a few rational comments drifted by in the chat, they were quickly drowned out by the toxic ones. The rhythm was completely one-sided. Li Shui, standing nearby, saw this, and secretly gave Chen Jiayi a thumbs up. Chen Jiayi accepted it gladly, the smugness in her eyes barely contained. Knock, knock, knock. Just then, the front door was knocked on loudly. A familiar voice came from outside the door. Chen Jiayi instinctively locked eyes with Li Shui. Clearly, both of them recognized the voice belonged to Zhong Ling. A sinking feeling emerged in both their hearts. He could not be here to retaliate in person, could he? But how did he know I was staying here? Knock, knock, knock. Open the door, you people inside. The knocking came again. Chen Jiayi was too scared to speak. She could only look to Li Shui for help. Li Shui was not afraid. At first, she wanted to pretend no one was home, to get rid of him first, and then call the police. Until later, she noticed the phone on the table was still live streaming. It is still streaming. Zhong Ling would not dare do anything reckless, right? If he brought people with him, it would just paint him as a thug. Thinking of this, Li Shui suddenly felt confident. She grabbed the phone and rushed toward the door.